Good evening and welcome to Leanne Field in Edon, Ohio, as we get set for week 4 of the high school football season and the Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory pregame show. Tonight, it's opening week in the Toledo Area Athletic Conference, opening week as well in the GMC, the NWOAL, the NLL, all having their opening night games as well. Tonight, overall on the season, it's 1-2 Edon against 2-1 Northwood. Joining me, of course, tonight, former head football coach at Hilltop and current girls basketball coach at Montpelier, Mike Bumb. And Foz, we're just excited to see this game on the schedule and see it happen this year. Remember, Northwood had a COVID situation last year during this week. So in 2021, this game did not get played. In 2020, Edon rolled and beat Northwood for the first time, 62-20, the final in that one. But that's been the high point of history for Edon against Northwood. Now, Northwood's done this to a lot of teams. They've owned the TAC since the TAC was formed, essentially. But 17-1 all time, Northwood against Edon. We'll see how things shake out as the night goes tonight. But, boy, what an impressive overall record. I want to start with Edon before we dive into Ken James and Northwood. Let's start with the Bombers. 1-2 start. However, I think that record can be a little bit deceiving based on that schedule that they've opened against with a young football team. What say you?
Absolutely. Again, got things on the right track against Hicksville last week. Won convincingly. Started out the season, as you said, against a 3-0 Edgerton team who is currently 3-0. Lost that game. It was much more competitive than the score indicated. Then go into week 2, maybe the league champion. We'll see how that shakes out in the GMC, playing Antwerp, and lost that game a little bit more convincingly, and then got back to their winning ways last week. It's a good football team. Their schedule is very difficult the first half of the season. They knew that going into it. They go to they come here tonight against Northwood. As you said, the perennial powerhouse in the TAC. Contrast of styles tonight. We're going to see Edon with their air raid offense, throwing the ball all over the place. There's not going to be any many conventional run plays out of Edon, and just the opposite with Ken James in his 37th year, Andy, for the Northwood Rangers, and he's been just a staple of success over there, running under center, 3 backs in the backfield, option football, grind it out, something that your grandfather would be more accustomed to seeing. So contrast is now, don't mistake, there's explosiveness though on this Northwood team. They can put a lot of points on the board, even though it's not that traditional passing style of offense.
That flex bone offense is basically what they like to call it at Northwood. And as you said, 37 years of terrific success there at Northwood. And this is a team this year, as we dive in and kind of look at what they've done, they own wins over Lake and Lakota the last couple of weeks. Lake is winless, 1-2. Their loss was a close one to 2-1 Seneca East. That was back in opening week, 34-30. It's on. You mentioned what they do offensively. Defensively, it's a gambling style. It is feast or famine on the defensive end. High risk, high reward on that defensive side because they'll take chances. They send blitzers from all angles, so be ready for that tonight.
A little bit different than what they used to be like, though. The Ken James team this year tends to blitz a little more. That leads me to believe that maybe he doesn't feel like he's got the same athletes and he's got to overcompensate. I don't know. Maybe it's a defensive coordinator. But Ken James, throughout the years, if you know him, it's been a 4-3 style, keep everything in front of you, rally to the football, kind of like the Iowa Hawkeyes, okay? Very standard. Nothing overly sophisticated, but good sound tackling and players that make good plays in the open field. And you don't get many missed tackles.
And it's a 3-4 this year.
Yeah, so it is a different style than what they have done in the past. So it would be interesting to see. Now, that's probably to adjust a little bit more to all the teams that are throwing the ball over the place. 3-4, meaning 3 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers. Seems to be kind of the trendy defense nowadays. What does it mean? It just simply means you've got 1 more linebacker and 1 less defensive line, and you can adjust to spread offenses that have this wide open attack.
We didn't know what we were going to expect. We thought we might have a clue, but you never know until the bright lights of Friday night come on. Drew Gallahue and a lot of his supporting cast go away. And what's left is a sophomore at quarterback in Kyler Sapp. What would he be like on Friday night? You can practice extremely well. You can play mop-up time extremely well and JV quarters very well. But until you get out between the lines on a Friday night, what's it going to look like? Well, he did bring back Carter Keese and Caden Nestor. Max Radebaugh slowly emerging as another wide receiver. But when we talk about the quarterback of the offense, Kyler Sapp, 65% completion percentage through the first 3 weeks, 70 of 108. 5 touchdown passes he's thrown for 820 on the season, and he's been very efficient in protecting the football for the most part as well through 3 weeks.
And he's made things happen with his legs when plays broke down. Very smart, sophisticated, mature quarterback for only being a sophomore. Got 2 older brothers, so he's grew up watching the game. And a lot of times when you have older brothers, you just kind of know things because you've been watching it since you've been a little kid. So Drew Galley, who is gone, was the most prolific passer in Edon history, and now you've got a sophomore that's come in, and he's been pretty darn good. And Kyler Sapp's only going to get better. He's a kid that you can build any team around. Big arm, good size, great speed, and the times we watch him now, this will be our 3rd time watching him, you come away nothing but very, very impressed watching him.
Oh, by the way, here's something, a new situation that we haven't seen yet. They got it back last week. That's Wade Parrish coming back from injury and what he means as some experience, both as an athlete on the field, but also what he can do in a stabilizing situation with some of that youth that Edon plays.
And we'll see where they use him. Another athlete, obviously, he had a broken foot or a foot injury of some kind. Add him with Carter Keese, add him with Caden Nestor, add him with, as you said, the emerging Max Radebaugh. There's some pretty good athletes that Edon can put on the field. And I'm telling you, Edon will score against anybody on their schedule. Don't worry about points with Edon. The question is, can they get enough stops to beat good teams?
Just getting started here on the Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory pregame show. We'll step aside and take a break. When we come back, we'll talk football with Bob Owen and our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with him here on a Friday night on B-Rock Sports.
Hi, I'm Sally Jo Metzger with the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio. It's fair season, and we'll have a booth at the Williams County Fair this year. Come out and save 10% on all upright memorials. The Fackler Monument Company features the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area. You can go online to facklermonument.com to see what we have to offer. And we're bringing you the opportunity to save 10% at the Williams County Fair. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
When you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And there's no one that knows that feeling like me, Molly Culler, your local Allstate agent, because I work every day to get people like you the coverage they need with the savings they deserve. Give me a call for your quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands.
Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
You know where to go when your vehicle has been in an accident, but why should you take that same vehicle to Jason Dietz Collision and Service when you need an oil change, brake job, or any other routine maintenance? It's because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have 60 years of combined experience diagnosing and repairing domestic, foreign, and classic automobiles. They have a state-of-the-art alignment machine that ensures a perfect alignment every time, and the training and expertise to fix your problem the first time. So whether it's a crash or take your vehicle to Jason Dietz Collision and Service.
Attention homeowners and contractors in the tri-state area. Did you know Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold services and repairs pretty much any piece of equipment and machinery? Well, they do. Things like skid steers, mini excavators, backhoes, and air compressors. But it's not just big equipment. They also repair things like lawnmowers, snow blowers, chainsaws, heaters. Pretty much anything you can think of, Black Swamp Equipment can handle it. And they are certified service warranty centers for Steel outdoor power equipment, Kohler engines, Miller Electric, Milwaukee, and Toro. Plus, they have a truck fully loaded to come to you to fix a problem you may have with a piece of equipment. To find out more information, check out blackswampequipment.com or phone 1-800-445-2777 and ask for the service department. Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold, your one-stop service and repair headquarters. Week 4 of high school football. Hard to believe we're a month in already. Our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with Edon head coach Bob Owen. And Bob, I know a good thing. You picked up your first win last Friday night against a Hicksville team, so a little momentum coming into this Northwood game. Overall, how did you play in your first win of the year?
I thought the kids played hard. we're getting better. It's just been taking some time to do so. But we got Wade Parrish back, and he helped on both sides of the ball. But our sophomores are improving. Jack Morris played a very good game at defensive end. So I didn't think Tyler was as accurate as he has been in the past. So we're looking for a big game from him this week.
You mentioned Wade coming back. I mean, production aside, what else does he bring to the table for you that maybe you missed the first 2 weeks, Bob?
Well, he's a 2-year starter for us, and this will be his 3rd year, and he's a senior, and so the experience factor is huge on both sides of the ball. He's not nervous like some of the sophomores are still, and we're even playing Christian Owens as a freshman. He's getting some playing time as well. So, those guys don't have enough seat time, as truck drivers would say, experience. And Wade gives us quickness, and gives us toughness, and those things that the younger kids can look up to.
All right, let's talk Northwood now. Didn't get a chance, obviously, to play them last year when they had a COVID situation go through their team a year ago. So the first time in a couple of years that you've seen Northwood. I know 2-1. What else can you tell me and tell our listeners about this year's Northwood team, Bob?
Well, they have the cousin to Jay Moten on the team, so Jay Moten was the quarterback and really fast football player back a couple years ago when we played him. And this kid's lightning quick, not as big. So they have a lot of team speed. They're very, very aggressive. They blitz like crazy, and they blitz with a 205-pound linebacker that I haven't seen too many blitz as hard as this kid does. But they're fast at each position, just stout athletes, and defensively they're pretty good for most of the time. But then they get lackadaisical, and that's why some of the teams have scored on them. Seneca scored 34 on them. And so they got out of position, and Seneca was able to hit them on some the quarterback taking off and running, and they ran a reverse on them and scored off of that. So but you can go straight at them, and they're going to be up in our face, at the corner position. Both those kids are real nice athletes, and so we got our work cut out for us going into this one. And their team speed, it'll be, the first quarter, it'll be us adjusting to their team speed. And definitely need to pick up our intensity and match their aggressiveness.
Should be fun. We look forward to seeing it. Bob, Edon, and Northwood, thanks for the time. Good luck this Friday night against Northwood.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it.
When you're in need of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan. They carry new, used, and scratch and dent appliances. They carry the brands you need: Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE. Many in stock for you to take home today. Then, when you have something wrong in years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk to someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 419-636-4541, and they'll be out to fix it for you, whether it's appliance under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer. Looking for a new grill before winter? Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan has Weber grills on sale with free assembly and delivery on grills $3.99 and up. For those last-minute outdoor projects, select Milwaukee hand tools. Your choice, $14.99, or a Little Giant 22-foot multi-purpose ladder. Buy the ladder and get the ladder tool tray for free. Stock up on KT Songbird Blend or Wild Bird Seed. Buy one, get one free, along with Ace Insect Killer, 2 for $6. Everything you need you can find at Donaldson's Ace Hardware in Bryan. Ace, the helpful place.
Locally owned and operated for 19 years, Edon Pizza is your best choice for the freshest pizza in the area. Call them at 419-272-2452 and order from a large variety of menu items, including pasta, calzones, wings, and of course, pizza and subs.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package, along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
Welcome back here to Edon as we continue with our Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory pregame show. Our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation. A little bit about Northwood, unable to connect with Ken James now in his 37th season. They went 4-5 last year, 3-1 in the TAC, and that ended 3 straight TAC championships. They had captured the title 18, 19, and 20. Of course, a slew of other seasons as well. As we mentioned, they have owned this conference since it was essentially formed. The defending champ is Edon. They won their first TAC title a season ago. Ottawa Hills, the preseason favorite this year. Northwood returning 12 seniors, 9 starters on each side of the ball, 45 kids out, 19 letter winners. Mason Smith is the quarterback, and really good balance in the backfield. And that's the sign in that flex bone offense that they run, Foz, is that you really can't key on one kid when you look at how they've mixed up the carries and the numbers. Monte Coleman, Brandon Gomez, Zagan Byington. Byington's kind of the table setter as that fullback and makes everything go off that with the flex bone look. But that's when his teams have been really good, Ken James teams, when you have so many kids that are weapons in that offense that they run. That's already not seen very often around the area, around high school football period anymore.
Yeah, and really the last 10, 15 years as the evolution of football has went to more of a wide open, throw the ball around the yard approach. This offense now that teams have got to prepare for is something they haven't seen. So it's much more difficult, whereas 15 years ago it was just the opposite. And as you said, you want to set the table by establishing the fullback, and that, of course, is 3-year starter, Zagan Byington. And if Northwood can establish that dive play, and it's really just a simple dive and belly play, then everything goes off of that. Nathan Mason faking that, running the option play around to some of those other great backs like Brandon Gomez and Monte Coleman. And Ken James is running back staple. You never have one guy that has great statistics. Why? Because he shares the wealth. 3 and 4 different backs every single night.
You know, and you really have to play on the defensive end. You coached against this a dozen years. You have to be disciplined on that side of the ball defensively and trust what you've been coached, probably more so than a lot of offenses. Certainly more so, I think, than the spread.
More so than any more so than any offense, you have to be disciplined when you're playing against the option. You have a person who is assigned to the fullback always. That's usually the middle linebacker. You have a person that's assigned to the quarterback. That's usually the defensive end. And then you have a person that's always assigned to the pitch man or the halfback, and that's usually the defensive back or the cornerback. And if those people break those assignments, everything else just goes to heck in a handbasket. So, yes, discipline, and also be careful blitzing too much sometimes against us. I know a lot of people like to blitz against this option style of offense. to try to disrupt things. It's a good in theory, but it's awful easy to play action pass, and Northwood has proven they can throw the ball a little bit too.
Absolutely. And then when you run, when the ball goes to, off that, if you blitz and that play is called to that side and there's nobody home, guess what? He's gone, and they have athletes on the side of the ball. Bob Owen made a great note, I think, in his interview that we had with him when he talked about it going to take a couple of possessions for our kids to recognize and try to identify that team speed, because they have a couple of kids on that roster flat out are faster than what Edon has. So how do you play up to the speed and handle speed when you have
Bob Owen knows a heck of a lot more than me. I wouldn't be as concerned about the team speed. Obviously, you're always concerned about speed kills. We know that. But the physicality of Northwood, what I would be looking at, because up front, they are tremendously physical. And I know Edon had played...
Regardless of the size, you're saying they're always physical.
They're always very physical. And I think, again, Edon has played Edgerton week 1, which is a pretty good physical team. But other than that, it's been more teams that are wide open. So this is going to be a little bit of a shock, I think, coming at them with the hand on the ground, the offensive lineman, and you're just going right out into that defender. It's a little bit different than setting back as a pass blocker and catching defensive linemen. Now they're coming to get you. So, again, Coach Owen knows what he's talking about. Team speed, you're always concerned about that. But the physicality in the trenches is what I'm looking at.
Take a short break. When we come back, we'll get Foz's thoughts on this one. Edon and Northwood coming up next.
Even though we don't know what life has in store for our homes or car, we can still prepare. Introducing the Damage Doesn't Have to Be Too Damaging policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. Contact Danielle Van Atta, agent at 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan, or call 419-636-0408 today. American Family Insurance Company. SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Always supporting student athletes and coaches in the Edon School District, the Edon Athletic Boosters. The Edon Athletic Boosters would like to take this opportunity to salute the student athletes and coaches in tonight's game. Hey, how would you like to be a part of the Edon Athletic Boosters? Come to a meeting and find out what they're all about. Maybe even volunteer at a concession stand. For more information, phone 419-272-3213. The Edon Athletic Boosters, supporting student athletes and coaches in Edon.
Just in schedule, we mentioned what Northwood had done at 1 and 2 with wins over Lake and Lakota and the loss to Seneca East. For Edon, 34-22 loss on opening night to Edgerton, 54-32 loss in week 2 to Antwerp, and then a good strong win last week against a Hicksville team that is still kind of in rebuild mode, 42-6. We'll step aside and take another quick break. More to come back from Edon in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Sally Jo Metzger with the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio. It's fair season, and we'll have a booth at the Williams County Fair this year. Come out and save 10% on all upright memorials. The Fackler Monument Company features the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area. You can go online to facklermonument.com to see what we have to offer. And we're bringing you the opportunity to save 10% at the Williams County Fair. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
Fritsch Excavating and CMF Enterprise of Edon wants to wish the Edon Bombers the best of luck in tonight's game. Fritsch Excavating is family-owned and operated for over 30 years, and they handle everything from site prep to parking lots to land clearing. They can also put in a driveway, run a water line to an outdoor building, do a sewer line, or tile work as well. CMF Enterprise is a female-owned and operated business serving Ohio and Indiana, offering dump truck services, including aggregate material sales. CMF also handles a large variety of construction, landscaping, ag, and residential materials as well. Fritsch Excavating of Edon and CMF Enterprise of Edon wishing the Bombers the best of luck in tonight's game.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Andrews O'Neill & Lowe in Archbold, Bryan, or Wasion, or online at andrewsoneillandlowe.com.
Okay, back out here at Leanne Field in Eden. Mike Bumb, I want to dive into some important things tonight that might decide this. Let's start with Northwood, the road team tonight. How do they square their mark on the year and get their first league win on opening night?
If they can get pressure with their front 3 or 4 and man it up and match Eden athlete for athlete. They believe they have the athletes so they can do that. My guess is they'll have a combination of a cover 2 or a zone defense and keep everything in front of you. And I think they're from time to time going to match up and go athlete for athlete with Eden. If they can do that and get pressure with their top 3 or front 3 and front 4, Eden's going to be in for a long night.
All right, let's flip the script. Bob Olin, what has he preached all week to his kids?
You know, it's really this simple. You got to block and tackle against Northwood, and you've got to be able to stop the option and stop the run. Make Eden, or excuse me, try to turn, obviously, we can say that every week, try to turn Northwood over, but you can't give up the big play out of that, and you're going to have to compete against them in the trenches. That's easier said than done. What should you do then if you're Eden? You're going to have to bring another guy into the box area and try to outnumber Northwood as best you can. Does that make you susceptible to the play action pass? It certainly does, and Northwood's very good at that as well. However, you got to pick your poison. I think up front, Northwood's a little bit better than Eden, so Eden's going to have to compensate by taking some chances and bringing some guys up into the box area.
One of the things in a young football team, and I don't care what level it is, but we're going to use like high school and college probably more so than the NFL, but at that high school level, if you're not having success, so let's say they have some games where there's been big point totals, right? So on the defensive side especially, and I think it's more so on a young team that you're so eager to, you need to get better. So then you get guys that are trying to do too much. And I think that goes instead of playing their assignments, they want to do somebody, and then that just, as you know, opens so many other things up and bad things for them defensively. Boy, if that happens tonight, you're in a world of hurt against this offense if you're trying to do too much in an assignment football game as it is.
Yeah, good observation. Eden does have a lot of young players on their roster, sophomore dominated. Yes, they're sprinkled in with some veteran players too, but they do have a lot of young players playing. And young players sometimes get so excited. The game's a little bit faster than when you're a junior or a senior, and you want to win so bad, and you're trying so hard, and you forget the mental aspect of it. And that goes to your point, an assignment defense against an option-style attack. If you do that with the athletes and the physicality that Northwood has, going to be a long night. So Eden's going to put some points on the board tonight against Northwood. Don't worry about that. They're going to score. The question is can they get enough stop? And these young players that are playing on that defensive side, Freed, going to have to be really disciplined, as you indicated.
One more bit of business here in the pregame, and that's to tell you the officials working tonight's game who have their eyes on the game. Your referee is Clarence LaBeach. The umpire is Jarrett Williams. The head linesman is Paul Garza. The line judge is Mark Weaver, and the back judge is Thomas Walker. For all of your eye care needs, remember Tri-State Vision Center of Northwest Ohio. That'll do it for the Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory pregame show. There for you in your time of need, the Oberlin and Turnbull Funeral Homes and Crematory. We told you Kyler Sapp's numbers earlier as far as receiving is concerned. Double-digit catches for 3 players. Caden Nestor, the leading receiver, he's caught 24 balls for 294 and 3 touchdowns. Carter Keese, 19 catches for 243 and a touchdown. Max Radebaugh, 10 catches for 110 and a touchdown on the season. Ready to go with Week 4. We mentioned this is the first week of TAC play. It is also the first night in the NWOAL, the GMC, and the NLL as well. Northwest Conference is also starting play a little bit farther south of us tonight as well. But WBL, of course, with so many teams in their league, they started in week number 2. Northwood going to get their hands on the football first, so we're automatically going to see what we talked a little bit about, Foz, and that's that offense of Northwood against the defense of Edon tonight, right away and right out of the gate here this evening.
Yeah, you don't want to make too much of the first series, but we will get a little sampling of what we're to see tonight here in this first series. But, hey, you know what I'm looking forward to, Andy? Who's kicking off for the Bombers? The exchange student, Carlos Spria from Italy. First time he's been in action, I'm told. Again, this kid's got a huge leg, an area that Edon lacked in the first few weeks of the season. We'll see how he impacts the game tonight.
Yeah, and going forward, not just tonight, but going forward, if he becomes a weapon.
It's a weapon. You better believe it.
Edon decked out in their all blues with the silver numbers, and of course Northwood in their white jerseys with the yellow pants here tonight. Ready to roll from Edon on opening night in the TAC. Northwood's won 17 of 18 in this all-time series and have done that against a lot of basically all of the TAC. There's nobody through the years that has had Northwood's number at all. And I stand corrected. It is, we had it flipped. It is Edon who gets the ball first, not Northwood. So Edon and that offense will go on the field first. It will be teed up for Northwood. Zagan Byington will be the kicker. Going deep for Edon will be Carter Keese and Max Radebaugh. Edon has been, in the games that we've seen, pretty solid in the return game, particularly in the Antwerp game.
Got some speed back there. Carter Keese, Jack Radebaugh, both kids got a lot of speed and athleticism and agility, stop-and-go power against Antwerp. We saw Jack Radebaugh take one back for a touchdown, and two of them, Max Radebaugh, and two of them back to the 50-yard line.
So Byington has it teed up. Hope you're ready for week 4. I know we are on another beautiful football Friday night. Temperature in the 70s, and off we go, and they're not going to go deep at all. In fact, it ricochets off Bombers. It's a loose football. Northwood thinks they have it near the 40. Keeping it away from that dangerous return game. It ricocheted off an Edon player, and Northwood may have stolen a possession. They did. Football to Northwood on the Edon 40. So disaster strikes 3 seconds in.
Maybe something that Kenny James saw on film. Maybe the Edon front line kind of went back to block too early. Don't know. I'm not even sure that was a designed onside kick, but more so a squib. I couldn't really tell. And it just hit the back of one of the Edon offensive players. Nonetheless, Northwood football.
At the 41 of Edon, hash mark near side as they move right to left. Double wing looking the flex bone. Man goes in motion. It'll be Byington looking for a little crease off the right side. Runs right into the arms of Garrett Skiles. He does pick up 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 8. So Zaden Byington for 2 yards to the Edon 39-yard line. 2nd down and 8, opening possession of the game. Mason Smith, your quarterback. He's a senior, so been there, done that. 6'1", 172 pounds. Had a decent year last year. And again, keep in mind, don't throw it a bunch. 2 receivers to the right, a wing to the right, 1 receiver left. Almost a pistol look here with Byington, the only running back. It's a zone read and a keep for Smith. He's somersaulted down at the 38-yard line. Couple of men on the scene. Leading the way was Parker Kelly, the 5'11", 249-pound sophomore. 1 on the play, and now a 3rd and 7 for Northwood.
So far, that defensive line for Edon holding up both plays, playing on the side of Northwood that time. Parker Kelly coming up big.
So 3rd and a long 7 for Northwood at the Edon 38-yard line. Moving right to left. Double wing look. Receiver right and left. Byington the running back. Coleman goes in motion. They'll toss it to him. Coleman tries to squeeze through and cannot get through. Good defensive play. First man there was Blake Baker, another sophomore on the stop. That's a loss of 3 on the play, Foz. And now it'll be 4th down and 9. And a punting situation, it appears, for Ken James. So they can do nothing with the great field position and the fumble on the kickoff.
Outstanding defensive stance there by Edon. And that gives your kids a lot of confidence, if nothing else. Be careful now. This is fake punt territory.
And Mason Smith is the punter. Byington, a running back, is the up man. It is a 4th down and close to 10 on the play from the Edon 41. 1 man deep waiting at the 10-yard line. That is Carter Keese. Smith, helmet high or a little bit above on the snap. Keese goes back, makes the catch inside the 10 at the 8. Looking for a wall near side, 15, 20, 25, and that's as far as he'll go. He is saddled there by Montonio Baker, a 5'8 senior who makes the stop. 17 yards on the return, and a stout job by that defense. Pinned in plus territory for Northwood, and they force a 3-and-out, and Edon will go to work on their own 25. First down and 10 for the Bombers offense. Their first set of downs on the night. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Parrish, the running back. Remember, we did not see Wade Parrish in those first couple of weeks. And a timeout, Northwood, before the snap. No score. We're just underway in Edon. Edon football, their first offensive snap when we come back.
Jason Deach Collision and Customs is Northwest Ohio's largest trailer dealer with over 300 trailers in stock, from 53-foot race trailers and custom toter homes to open deck car trailers, dump trailers, landscape trailers, and equipment trailers. But they don't just sell trailers, they service them, add options, and do repairs on any brand. Because they're racers themselves, they know how to build the trailer right for your racing needs. Stop by their Edgerton location or shop 24/7 at jasondeachtrailersales.com. If you can dream it, they can build it at Jason Deach Collision and Customs.
Well, the Northwood staff not happy about burning that timeout, a pre-snap timeout. I don't think they came out with the right personnel defensively.
Not a good start if you're a Northwood fan. Edon totally dominated the line of scrimmage there defensively on that first, after the catastrophic onside kick. Great job of showing up, sudden change, getting the 3-and-out. And now Edon's strength is their offense, which is on the field right now.
Staying with twin receivers both ways. Nestor comes in motion to the near side. Sapp gets the high snap. Looks on a crossing route. Caught by Nestor, 30. Wrestled out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Pitch and catch of a close to 10 on the play. And that will be 10. And a first down on first down. Sapp to Nestor, his 25th reception of the season.
Little crossing route. Caden Nestor runs really crisp, clean routes, and has got soft hands.
First and 10 for Edon at their own 35. Hash mark near side. 3 receivers go to the left, 2 to the right, so that'll empty the backfield here. Sapp gets the snap, throws a little quick screen far side. Keese, no running room. Great job sniffing that out defensively. Alex Howe, a 5'8", 142-pound senior, rallying to the football. That'll be -1 on the pass play, so a 2nd and 11. Great job defensively by Northwood reading that one. We're just underway, 3 minutes in. No score on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Edon deploying 5 wide again. They're going to bunch 3 to the right, stack 3 to the left, and stack 2 receivers to the right in that empty set. Sapp with the snap. Looks, has time, steps away from potential trouble, will run 30, 35, 40, 45, and tiptoes out of bounds at the 47-yard line. 13 on the run for Sapp, and that'll move the chains again.
And that's another thing that he does a lot of really good things, Andy, but Kyler Sapp does so well. When there's nothing there, he tucks the ball away and shows his athleticism and runs. 13-yard pickup there.
Spot him at the 46-yard line. Good early movement offensively here for Edon. They'll bring Parrish into the backfield. 3 receivers bunched to the right, 1 receiver left. Parrish on a fake to him, out into the flat, caught by Nestor. Can't keep his feet as he's chopped down by Mason Smith at the 47-yard line. That will be a gain, though, of about 7 on the pass play, and it'll be 2nd down and 3.
He was pretty well covered there by Mason Smith, and I thought he had a chance to maybe knock the ball away or even intercept it, but just by the hair of his chinny chin, Caden Nestor caught that. Good throw by Kyler Sapp.
2nd and 3, Edon. First trip into Northwood territory at the 47-yard line. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Parrish the lone setback on the left side of Sapp. Here comes Northwood coming on the blitz up the middle, and Sapp spins away from trouble and gets positive yardage. Ball came out late, but he was already down on the play. Needed 3, got 3 on the run. Good elusiveness there because trouble was coming both up the middle, Foz, and from the edge.
And he gets a first down out of it. That was all Kyler Sapp. There was nothing there. The protection broke down, and that's what athletes do. They make things happen when there ain't nothing there to happen.
Officially, though, they say inches short. So the spot, not a terrific one.
Yeah, I'd get a measurement, Andy.
3rd and inches here. And here comes Northwood, and they jump the gun, and that'll be no need for that measurement because the 5-yard penalty against Northwood will give Edon the first down.
8 plays so far. I've counted Northwood's blitzed on 3 of those. Again, that's a little bit different than a traditional Ken James type of defense.
So 1st and 10, Bombers on the penalty on Northwood. 1st and 10, Edon at the Northwood 39. Scoreless right now, but a good-looking drive here for Edon down to the Northwood 39. Make it 2 receivers left and 2 to the right. 1 running back in. Nestor comes in motion here to the near side. Play action. Sapp looks over the middle and hanging on to the football on the crossing route is Max Radebaugh. Terrific catch. He knew the hit was coming, paid the price, picked up about 7 or 8 on the play. Let's give him 7. So it'll be second down and a short 3 or long 2 for the first down.
Big hit by Garen Hannum there, going to crossing route there in a little zone play. Credit Max Radebaugh for holding on to that.
Trips to the left, twins to the right. Second down and 3 for Edon as they go quickly here. Sapp again got a man open over the middle and threw that one behind him. Nestor was wide open and ball that was behind the intended target, so it falls incomplete. 3rd and 3. That'll be one you get coached up in film tomorrow.
Listen, he's thrown the ball 7 times already, and that was the first one that was not right on the money. You're going to have a few of those. It isn't easy standing back there throwing the football when you've got people running at you.
3 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right. Probably 4 down territory here to get their 3 yards as the backfield is empty. Snap comes. Sapp under pressure, coming late, throws it up on an out route, and another big hit. Mason Smith delivers that blow to Cohen Hulbert, who again stands tall and makes the grab, and a first down to the 23-yard line.
Right now, a lot of zone defense by the Northwood secondary, keeping everything in front of them. They're making Edon pay the price when they catch the ball, but let's credit Edon's receivers. They're getting hit and hanging on to the football.
1st and 10, Edon at the Northwood 24-yard line. After that last pickup of 10 on the play. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Parrish the lone setback. Parrish gets the call running left. Parrish lowers his shoulder, collects 3, maybe 4 on the run, runs into the arms of Cody Wheeler, a 6-foot sophomore on that far side coming up from the secondary spot. Just rolling here. Second down and medium here from the 21-yard line. A little more than midway through. No score, but Edon on the march. 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Sapp with edge pressure, steps up, dumps over the middle for Nestor. Caught inside the 10, inside the 5. 1st and goal at the 4. Bummer, that's a gain of 16 on the pass play.
A lot of impressive things there. There was rush from the outside, and Kyler Sapp steps up, avoids pressure, throws the ball high. And how about Caden Nestor going up at the very top, high as you can possibly get it, catching that with the hands, absorbing the hit, and still maintaining possession.
1st and goal after the gain to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal at the 4. 4 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Nestor helping Parrish with a little equipment issue. Play clock at 6. Sapp looks for the end zone. Incomplete. Nestor was double covered, and Edon lucky to get that football back.
Yeah, bad breed there by Kyler Sapp. There was 2 defenders there from Northwood. Should have been intercepted.
So a break for Edon. Stops the clock. 5:07 to go in the opening quarter. Second down and goal from the 4-yard line. This is the 11th play of the drive. We've seen Edon several times this year with double-digit drives, and on quite a few of them, they came away empty. Now, game 4 of the season, you shouldn't be coming away empty more. That evolution should be there now. Parrish is the running back. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Play clock down to 10. Cohen Hulbert goes in motion to the far side. Now stands in that stack to the left. Now Parrish goes in motion to the near side. Sapp wants to throw. A little screen set up. Caught short of the end zone. The reception made by Christian Owens, a freshman wide receiver. He picked up 3, and it'll be 3rd and goal now from the 1-yard line.
A little wrinkle there out of Bob Owens' offense that we haven't seen the first 3 games. A lot of motion, and we haven't seen that so much. That time, Sapp finds the freshman Christian Owens, who had a nice game against Antwerp when we did that game.
3rd and goal, Edon at the 1. Trips to the left. Twins to the right. 4.5 to go. Ball chewing drive from Edon on 3rd and goal at the 1. Sapp with blitz pressure. Throws in the end zone. Caught by Nestor. Touchdown, Edon. Nestor climbing the ladder to make the grab, and Edon strikes first. That's the fourth TD reception for Caden Nestor.
So impressive drive by Edon. Every one of those throws by Sapp was in a tight window, and every one of those catches by Edon was contested. Those were not wide open catches. They're catching the ball when they have defenders draped all over them. Very difficult for high school kids to do.
Well, here's your guy, Foz. You've been waiting on the young man from Italy. Carlos Sprea is in, exchange student, to attempt his first extra point out of the hold of Carter Key. Snap, spot, kick is on the way, and that is a booming leg.
Holy.
That landed on the track. It's good.
That landed in Florence, Italy.
Wow, you waiting on that line.
I was waiting for that.
7-0 Edon. Timeout. We'll be right back.
You work hard for your money. That's why we see to it that your money works hard for you, not someone else. At Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, our earnings belong to our members and go right back to work for you, from better rates to lower fees. We've got the products and people to help you build a more fantastic future every step of the way. Join 14,000 other people just like you who want to do more with their money. Imagine a different possibility at Midwest Community Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back out here. Corey Everett's with a 2-yard touchdown run. Edgerton strikes first. Midway through the first, they lead Wayne Trace 7-0. What a drive for Edon. So, near disaster to start the game. A fumble on the kickoff. Northwood gets it in Edon territory. They force a 3-and-out, and then Edon goes on a 13-play, 75-yard drive, capped off by the Sapp to Nestor TD pass. Kyler Sapp with 6 touchdown passes a week ago against Hicksville gets number 1 here in the opening quarter and finds one of his favorite targets in Caden Nestor, who, by the way, Caden Nestor had a terrific series there to start this game against Northwood with catches in the flat, over the middle, and then the touchdown reception from a yard out.
4 catches for 36 yards. I've got him down. That's unofficial. And, of course, a touchdown catch most impressively, though, Andy, with Caden Nestor. All of those, as I said, were catches when he had contact immediately after.
Sprea's kick goes to the 12. Return coming for Coleman. Coleman to the 25. Coleman bottled up, fumbled the football, scramble. Edon has it. Turnovers have been an issue for Northwood this year, and Monte Coleman coughed it up inside the 25, and the Bombers get on it and have a short field to work with. First turnover for Northwood. It'll be 1st and 10 on a drive that will start for Edon at the Northwood 24-yard line. They'll send that hot offense right back out onto the field with a 1st and 10 situation. 4 and change to play in the first. 7-0 Edon on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Sapp will have Parrish in the backfield with him. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right. 3 down linemen for Northwood. Radeball goes in motion. Bo's out. Here's an option toss near side. Nestor wants to throw. Looking for the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Carter Keese. Little razzle, dazzle. 6 for Edon.
Andy, that was a flea flicker with motion, with 3 people touching the ball, ending up in Nestor's hands, who's already had a great game, and he threw it deep. I'm not so sure he was intending to throw it to Keese or not. Either way, what a great ball. Touchdown, Carter Keese.
2 touchdowns in the matter of 8 seconds. And now the Sprea extra point is good. 14-0 Edon, 4 and change to play first quarter on B-Rock Sports.
Since 1875, 4 generations of the Krill family have served this area. Krill Funeral Service realizes that the end can be a difficult and emotional time. They will guide you through each and every step of the funeral process, carefully and with integrity. Krill Funeral Service expresses appreciation for your trust in them, and they'll continue to be there for you in times of need. Krill Funeral Service of Edgerton, Edon, and on West Mulberry Street in Bryan, where they offer an on-site crematory.
Couple of quick strikes for Edon to take a 14-0 lead, and Faz and I are playing a little left-handed tonight. Again, missing the best statistician in the business, so we'll just muddle through tonight, you and I together. But Faz, you do have some numbers here out of the gate for Edon.
Yeah, unofficially, I've got Kyler Sapp already in the first quarter, 8 for 10 for 78 yards and 1 touchdown pass to Caden Nestor. Caden Nestor has got 4 catches, 36 yards, 1 touchdown reception. He also has thrown for a 24-yard touchdown pass to Carter Keese.
And all of that is added up to a 14-0 lead here for Edon at the 4:10 mark of this opening quarter. It'll be Sprea to tee it up. Coverage tonight being brought to you in part by Andres O'Neill & Lowe, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, Camco of West Unity, Fackler Monument Company, and Donaldson's Ace Hardware. Here's Sprea's kick high. It'll be caught at the 12 again. Coming is Alex Howe, 15-20, 25-30. Got a little bit of a hole and good field position. Christian Owens, along with Jack Morris, wrapped him up just shy of the 40-yard line. And now it's been a while, Foz, since Northwood's had that offense out there. 7 minutes of game time.
This game could not have started any better for Edon. Everything, other than, of course, the onside kick, which ended up not hurting them. Everything has went Edon's way.
1st and 10 from their own 39. Van Wert leads Wapak 13-0. Tenora 7-zip over Fairview. Liberty Center 13-zip over Wauseon. Defiance behind Shawnee 3-0. Northview a 3-0 lead over Napoleon. And we have an injured Northwood Ranger, Alex Howe, going down on that far side, like grabbing at his maybe hammy. It could be a hamstring injury. Left hamstring is where he's reaching for. Mason Smith has Montonio Baker in the backfield. Baker, one of those burners for Northwood, so keep an eye on him. Coleman also with speed in the slot to the right, out there with Brian Hollabaugh. One receiver left is A.J. Cruz. Quick pop to the far side. Coleman can't bring it in as Smith's pass was too tall, and it's incomplete. And this is a Northwood team now, Foz, that's all about rhythm in that flex bone. They're out of sorts now.
Yeah, this is really only their second series, though, that they've had the ball. Credit Edon defensively because, you know, they've been on the field now 5 times defensively and have looked really good, but it's early. Now and then Ken James will throw the ball early just to try to loose up the defense. But, again, credit Edon's defense. Defensive line up front was a question mark against that big offensive line for Northwood. And right now, again, we're only 5 plays into it, but Edon's winning the battle.
2nd down and 10 for Northwood. Better hurry. Play clock at 3. They've already burned 1 timeout. Not set. 2, 1. Did they get it off? It appears they did. Handoff running right. No running room for Baker. Half dozen Bombers over there. Blake Baker, Cole Olds, and take your pick of a handful of others.
Yeah.
And that's a loss of 4 on the play. So Foz, it's 3rd and 14.
That's inspiring team defense, Andy. As you said, there were 4 or 5 Bombers there who just came pouring into the backfield and gang tackled.
Hilltop has a 6-0 lead on North Baltimore after that start to that one. That carry that time from Baker not doing much. Now there's a left and right halfback with 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Little play action. Smith steps up. Smith looking for a receiver. Dumps, and it's incomplete. Wanted to go to Logan Collins, a freshman, and now Smith is down on the turf, and he could have been a target of a late hit here. Where that flag is thrown, it's possibly a late hit scenario.
Could be, or it could be a hold.
Yep, personal foul on Edon.
And that's a close one too, Andy. I don't think it was extremely late. And that hurts because you played such great defense, and now it's not an automatic first down.
It was 3rd and 14.
So it is an automatic first down, yeah.
So as they tend to Mason Smith, we'll step aside. 14-0 Edon.
Your friends at your neighborhood Edon Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Edon, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Edon Farmers Co-op.
So that will be a first down for the Northwood Rangers. Their first down coming via penalty route as the yardage brings them up to their own 49-yard line. Mason Smith got some attention, so we're going to see a different quarterback at least for a snap. And taking the snap, the backup is Montonio Baker. North Central trailing. Check that. That is Brandon Mielke, who's under center. And Mielke turns and gives off the right side to Garen Hannum. Hannum trying to get the edge. Hannum does get the edge and then is pushed out of bounds, shoved down by Carter Keys. But he gets downfield, Foz, to about the 37-yard line. That's a run of 14 on first down.
Yeah, just bounced it out to the outside there. Edon lost contain and go back to that personal foul. Boy, that's a big play by Edon if Northwood would happen to go down here and get into scoring position because Edon had him out. That was 4 and out.
North Central trailing 8-0 tonight in Madison in that early score update. Still no Mason Smith. Mielke continues to be the quarterback. Mielke under center. Runs an option, goes to that first man through. And the fullback bowls his way down to the 35-yard line. That was Byington, who starts this engine. Zagan Byington, this junior fullback. Rumbles for about 4. It'll be second down and 6. 14-0 Edon. 2.5 to go. First quarter of play. First threat of the night for Northwood. Well, check that. First threat where they've driven a little bit. They recovered a fumble on the opening kickoff, but then did nothing with it. Had a 3 and out. Double wing look. Hand off to that wing coming from the right. It goes to Logan Collins. Collins is going to be brought down near the 30-yard line. He'll get about 4 on the play. Parker Kelly among those there. It'll be third down and about 2 for the first down.
Already 5 different running backs have carried the ball for Northwood. Again, spreading the ball around is a staple of a KJ offense.
Brandon Mielke, 5'11", 189-pound junior. The backup quarterback in as Mason Smith injured and still has not come back. You see him over there, his helmet's still on the far side. 3rd and 2, and hit loose. Recovered by Edon. Cohen Hulbert, a blitzing linebacker, came through and broke it all up. Jack Morris got on the loose football, and Edon forces another Northwood giveaway.
Boy, that was perfectly timed by Cohen Hulbert. Nice decision there by the defensive coordinator for Edon. Very timely blitz. Nobody touched Cohen Hulbert, and he came in and just laid the wood to Brandon Mielke there, jarring the ball, and as you said, Jack Morris all over it.
So a second Northwood turnover. And a 1st and 10 Edon starting this drive at their own 39-yard line. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. 1:37 left in the quarter. Already a 14-0 Edon lead. Sapp gets the belt high snap. Pressure coming off the edge. Now coming near side, looking to run. Tucks it away at the 40. Gets away from 1 and then ushered out of bounds here on the near sideline. Coming up was Gage Reed, a 6-foot senior, to get him at about the 45-yard line, but Sapp gets 6 out of the scramble, and it'll be second down and 4. A missed tackle off the edge, and then made him pay to get up to the 45-yard line. Second down and 4. Hash mark near side, 1:27 left in the quarter. 2 receivers to the right and 3 to the left. Sapp to throw, looks. And intercepted. No, it's not hung on to. In the hands of Brandon Gomez, but then as he landed on his back, it popped out of his hands and onto the turf. And little coaching going on now. Bob Olin talking to his sophomore quarterback about that last read and throw. Foz,
yeah,
what did you see?
I really don't know what happened there. It looked like the receiver didn't break off on the route that Sapp thought he would have. And credit Gomez for Northwood, who did a nice job of reading it. Just couldn't quite bring it in there for the interception.
3rd down and 4 for Edon at their own 45. Trips to the left, twins to the right. Northwood jumped, got out of the neutral zone, got back, no flags. Sapp throws, hit as he delivers on an out route. It's caught by Nestor at the 45. And a late flag as Nestor is pushed out of bounds.
Andy, I thought maybe, though, that's a good call by the official because Nestor was clearly out of bounds when he got hit. But I also thought Sapp got hit late there. The initial contact was made, and then he was thrown to the ground after the play had already expired. So I think you could make an argument there was 2 personal fouls on that play.
Kovacs was the hit on the quarterback, and on that far side, I didn't get a number, but he was pushed out. That was a gain of 10 on the pass play, but now you tack on 15, and that was a 3rd down conversion as well. So Edon's really got it humming here in this first quarter.
They sure do. And how about Caden Nestor? Already 5 catches for 46 yards and a touchdown.
Wayne Trace has tied Edgerton late in the first. That game 7-7 on opening night in the GMC. 1st and 10 now, Edon at the 30 of Northwood. 1 running back is Parrish, 4 wide receivers. Parrish out of the backfield, hit as he was just ready to catch it, and another blow delivered by Brandon Gomez, who has had a couple of timely hits tonight to dislodge the football.
Well, those defensive backs for Northwood can hit, Andy. They play a soft zone, and everything they keep in front of them. And, boy, you better understand, if you're going to catch the ball, they're going to hit you. Edon's done a nice job of holding on to it thus far.
2nd down and 10. Edon at the 30 of Northwood. Clock stops. 1:07 to go in the quarter. 14-0 Edon. Mason Smith back out on the field defensively for Northwood, playing a corner on the far side. 2 receivers left. 3 receivers come to the right, so that'll empty the backfield. 3 down linemen for Northwood. Sapp looks over the middle. Caught! Radebaugh, 10-5, end zone, touchdown. Sapp to Radebaugh, covering 30 yards. And Edon up 20-0.
Sorry, Andy, just a post route right down the middle of the field. It could not have been thrown any better by Kyler Sapp. And the sophomore Max Radebaugh, who's getting better every single week, hauls it in. This game could not have started any better for Edon.
Sprea on for the extra point to try to make it 21-0 Edon. Extra point on the way. It hits the upright. It is no good. Edon 20, Northwood nothing. Timeout on the field. We'll take a short one as well and be right back.
Hi, Dan Stuckey here, broker owner of Real Estate Advantage Team. We believe that giving back to our community is not only a pleasure, but the right thing to do. To show our dedication to the community, we will donate 10% of the company's net income from your sale to a church or nonprofit charity of your choice, honoring you as the reason for the donation. So let's get you moving. Call 419-636-5100 for more details.
Joe Bree. Edon 20 and Northwood nothing. Exactly 1 minute to play here in this opening quarter of football. And another really good drive. 6 plays, 61 yards, finished off on the Sapp to Radebaugh 30-yard TD pass.
I don't know what to say other than we got 1 minute left in the first quarter, and it's just complete surgery by Edon. Not just offensively, which has been just outstanding, but defensively, they have owned the line of scrimmage. They're playing on Northwood's side of the ball. They've been more physical than Northwood. And here's something for you. Right now, we're only a quarter into it. Edon's playing faster than Northwood, and we thought the speed differential would be on the Northwood side. I'm not seeing it so far in the first quarter.
There's Sprea's kick. Waiting and receiving it outside the 10 was Gomez. Gomez returned to the right, 15-20, 25-30. And brought down just across the 30 or near the 30-yard line. 18 on the return. Hilltop 12, North Baltimore nothing. We thought this was the night. This was a legit chance for Hilltop to get into the win column.
I sure hope so. They've lost a lot of kids to transfers to other schools. That'd be an entirely different football team than what they have this year. But credit the kids that are competing for them right now.
So Northwood gets their quarterback back out there in Mason Smith. 51 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. It's 20-0 Edon. 1st and 10 for Northwood at their own 33. Wing left, receivers to the right, 2 of them. A jet sweep coming to Gomez. Gomez turns it inside, runs into the arms of Garrett Skiles. Gomez, though, collects on the run, and it'll be 2nd down and 5. We'll see if that...
If you're Edon, you can deal with that jet sweep. Northwood's a good football team. They're going to make plays. But
one receiver right and left, double wing look. Gomez, the call again, this time to running right, runs nowhere. I mean, nowhere to go. Couple of bombers there. Kyler Sapp first on the scene, and that's going to do it for a dominating first quarter of football for the Silver and Blue. After one, Edon 20. Northwood, nothing. You're listening to High School Football Week 4 on a Friday night on B-Rock Sports.
Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, wants to say good luck to the Edon Bombers in tonight's athletic contest. Precise Metal Form is a proud supporter of Edon Bomber athletics, both boys and girls sports. Precise Metal Form in Bryan, saluting the athletes on all of their hard work and wishing them the best of luck in this athletic contest. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, saying go Bombers in this game. Have you always dreamed of starting your own business? Are you looking for ways to fund your child's education or save for retirement? Maybe you'd like to buy that dream home. Well, the State Bank can help you meet your financial goals, whatever they may be. With State Bank, you'll get all the products and services you expect from your bank with the personal attention of a locally operated community bank. Find a location near you today. State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Scores to pass along in the NWOAL. Liberty Center pounding Wauseon 20-0. Sonora on top of Fairview 13-0 in the GMC. Ayersville leads the Fighting Stretch Taylors of Paulding 12-0. And in the WBL, it's Van Wert 19 and Wapakoneta nothing. Here, 20-0 Edon in command of this one.
Well, you may have had varying opinions on how this game would turn out, and there's a lot of football left, but I don't think anybody would have predicted it'd be so lopsided after quarter one.
3rd and 8, Northwood from their own 35. Little bubble screen to the far side, caught 35-40. Gomez up near midfield. Gomez wrestled down in Edon territory, and a flag, a tackle, so that's going to tack 15 on. They got high on the tackle. It's a face mask that's already been signaled. Bummer, that's a pickup of 17 on the play. Add 15 more, so plus 32. You know what? This is where Bob wouldn't be coaching them. You're a young football team. You've had a lot of success here early in this one. You want to step on the throat here and try to keep the pedal to the metal here. Don't give Northwood any life.
Yeah, make them drive the field, take some time off of it. And again, Northwood's going to make some plays here and there, and you want to obviously not have the penalty on the end of it, but one play does not indicate how good Edon's defense has been so far.
Double wing look, Coleman coming around, and he fumbles it a second time. We'll get on it this time, back at the 36. Monte Coleman is killing Northwood right now. He loses 2 on that. He's fumbled 2. He's seen another screen pass go through his hands. They need to get to Monte right now and rebuild that confidence.
Yeah,
2nd and 12 coming up.
There's a lot of running backs for Northwood, too, and Ken James won't put up with that very long when he's got such a deep running back room.
2nd and 12, Northwood at the 36 of Edon. 20-0 Edon. A minute gone by in this second quarter. Trips to the right, one receiver left. Byington gets the carry in the middle. Byington looked like he had a little running room going outside, turns back to the inside, got the lost yardage back maybe +1, and that's it. Getting up off the bottom of the pile was Ian Hickman, a 5'6", 240-pound senior, but it'll be 3rd and 9 after the pickup of 3. Delta 14, Evergreen 6 in the NWOAL. Three receivers right, one to the left. Byington the only running back on a 3rd and 9. 4-down territory here. Zone read, the keep. Smith hammered from behind by Skiles, but the tackle pushed him forward to the 26. He's going to get 8, and a very makeable 4th and 2 situation here for the Rangers.
They're just faking the option that time. And good read there by Mason Smith, who's back in after the injury. Good job by Skiles coming around that right side defensive end area and making the tackle.
4th and a long 2. Byington the running back. On for cash in and keep this critical drive alive down to the Edon 23-yard line. Early stages, quarter number 2, 9.5 to play in the first half. 20-zip Edon on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Byington to the running back. Smith in the gun. Smith gives to Byington. Started to pull, but that zone read gives and kept it in his belly. And he's going to be taken down immediately by Cohen Holbert, who has had a very active first quarter and a half of play.
Yeah, Cohen Holbert's going to be nothing. Just see his frame. He's going to be about 215. Only a sophomore right now, but from that linebacker spot, he's going to be very disruptive. And is right sophomore.
2nd down and 23. Northwood left to right. Sun begins to set here. Northwood with a legit threat. Slot left, split right, coming to the right on the quarterback keep. Lots of flags coming in. Smith is going to be thrown for a loss of a yard or 2 on the play, but 3 flags on the field. Everybody saw the exact same thing, and it's going to be a hold on Northwood.
What was the thing that we talked about in the pregame was, can Edon be disciplined against this triple option, a threat, and play assignment defense? So far, they've been very disciplined. That time, Smith pulled it out and was going to try to pitch the ball around the end, and there was 3 Bombers right there waiting on him.
So the penalty will send Northwood in rewind here. Takes them back to the 37-yard line now. And that will set up a 2nd down and 24. 8.5 to go in the half. 20-0 Edon. Halfback left and right. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Smith gets the snap. Smith on a slant and threw that way behind A.J. Cruz on the turf, back and to the left. And I'll say it again, back and to the left. And that leaves them 3rd and 24.
This is not in Northwood's comfort zone, a team that likes to have ball control, play action, pass when they do have to pass the ball. So dropping straight back with Mason Smith is not in the Northwood Ranger comfort zone.
3rd and 24 from the 37 of Edon. A wing to the right, a receiver to the right. 2 receivers slotted left. Smith with pressure. Smith nowhere to go. Now steps up, finds some room. Right sideline, 30, 20, 15. He went from the basically everything falling down on him to getting 22, maybe the 23 or 4 yards that he needed. They'll mark him at the 16, so it's just going to be short of the 1st down. But now, because of the scramble and athletic ability of Mason Smith, an opportunity here for a makeable 4th and 3. Northwood trying to climb back in this thing, trailing by 3 scores, 20-0. This next snap will be inside of 8 minutes to go here in this first half. Smith will send 2 receivers left. Make it 3 receivers left. 1 receiver right. Play clock at 4, at 3, at 2. Timeout, Edon defensively. 8:04 to go, first half of football. 20-0 Eden, 30-second timeout.
When it comes to protecting what you love, you want an insurance agent that cares more about your world, more about what you need. And that's exactly what you'll get with me, Molly Culler, your local Allstate agent. An agent who doesn't just know what it's like to live in Bryan, but one who wants to protect life here as much as you do. Give me a call for your free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
Miller's Body Shop on Whitaker Drive in Montpelier is the place to go for all your vehicle body work. Whether it's a new or old car, Miller's has been working for you for over 40 years, so you know it's a body shop you can trust. They offer towing and a full-service body shop with used cars for sale as well. Stop by Miller's Body Shop and take a look at their used car lot. And if you need some body work done, give Miller's Body Shop in Montpelier a call today. Miller's Body Shop, wishing the Eden Bombers good luck in tonight's game. Go Bombers!
Eden spending their first time out of this first half. Northwood's already utilized one of their own. 4th down and 3 here for Eden, or for Northwood against this Eden defense. What kind of defense? Bob Olin and company.
I don't think you need to bring heat here. Again, you've played so well defensively up front. I look for some kind of a play-action pass from Northwood, so I would just play base defense.
All right, 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Byington, sweep, and now a pitch back. It's a reverse. Edge for Coleman. He's going to house it, and it's coming back. The reverse coming back takes the points off the board. It's an illegal block in the back against Northwood on a 4th down and 3.
Great play call by Ken James there. Eden totally out of sync, over pursued it, and Coleman really walked into the end zone untouched, but a block in the back is going to negate this touchdown.
So now that 4th and 3 that was a touchdown and had Northwood on the board, a little momentum will now take them all the way back to the 25, and now to convert, it is a 4th down and 13 to get the first down here.
Again, outside of the Northwood comfort zone. They're not a team that likes to drop back and throw the football with any consistency.
2 receivers left, a wing to the left, 1 receiver right. Byington in the backfield. Smith the snap. Smith looks over the middle, caught! Touchdown Gomez! Brandon Gomez on the post route, got behind the second layer, and a good ball by Smith, Foz.
It sure was, and it was just that, a skinny post route right there in the middle of the field. Cohen Holbert actually defended it pretty well, just couldn't knock it down. He tried to take a swipe at it, and somehow the ball miraculously missed his hand. Credit Brandon Gomez for looking in and concentrating enough to not be distracted. Good ball by Mason Smith.
11 play, 67-yard drive when Northwood needed it most, and they, after having a touchdown taken away, they come back on 4th and 13 and hit the 23-yard TD pass, and now they'll go for 2. Monte Coleman is in the back, or actually going to be a wing to the left, and he'll come in motion, and flags fly. They didn't get set before the snap. So this try is going to move it back 5 yards, although now the back judge is saying, hold on, we might need a conversation here. Your referee had a 5-yard false start penalty, or not taking that, not staying set for the beat. And now they're disregarding the flag. They have picked it up. So there is no penalty at all. This is 3 and 2. Let's do it again, Hazen style here, where we're going to just do the try again and pretend it didn't happen.
Don't know what the miscommunication was there, but nonetheless, we're going to try her again.
So 20-6, Eden with the lead. Northwood goes for 2. Same formation, double wing look, receiver. Hand off to Byington. Powers off the right side and battles his way in for the 2-point conversion. New score on the Andres O'Neill scoreboard. A critical answer by Northwood. 20-8 Eden. We'll be back in just a moment.
When you're inside this winter, you want to not only be warm, but also have great indoor air quality. Well, Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services features it all with Lennox and iWave. iWave safely treats the air throughout your home, plus kills mold, bacteria, and viruses. It also reduces odors from pets and cooking, reduces allergens, smoke, static electricity, and dust in the air. And best of all, no maintenance, no bulb, no other parts to replace. Check out Stark's at starksphs.com or phone toll-free 1-800-329-4040.
How about this early score? Bryan 7, Archibald nothing as they are approaching halftime in that one.
Yeah, it's very surprising. We had said on our Wednesday night show, don't take too much into the fact that Bryan got hammered in that week 1 game against Van Wert. Van Wert, I'm told by many people, we have not seen them or done any film study on them, but they're a team.
That's your assignment for the weekend.
That's my assignment. They could go deep into the playoffs and maybe even win it all, I'm hearing through the grapevine. So
you have high place sources, so I'm not.
I know some people down there in Van Wert.
I know. Archibald has just scored with 35 seconds left in the half to tie that game up, but still really good first half there. That game on our sister station, Q96.5. Adrian Madison leading North Central 14-0. 7:46 left in our first half, 20-8 Edon with the lead as Byington has it teed up here for the Rangers. Set to maybe kick it away. Nope, not even going to challenge. Going up high to make that grab, Briggs Gallahue snatched it out of the air near midfield and gets Edon even better field position at their own 47 or 8 yard line.
Be interesting to see how Edon responds after Northwood comes down and puts one in, even when it was 4th down and 13 long and gave up the pass across the middle. Now, how does the Edon offense respond to that?
1st and 10. Edon at their own 47. 7:44 left first half. 2 receivers right, 3 to the left here. Sapp looks. Corner blitz is coming. Steps up, throws on the run, finds Radebaugh near the 40. Pickup of 12 on the play, and that'll move the chains and a first down. Good job not only eluding pressure, Foz, but with head up to find an open receiver.
He does that really well for a sophomore, doesn't he? Pressure from the outside, steps up, always keeps his head looking downfield.
4 receivers to the left. Actually, 3 receivers left and a wing to the left. Receiver to the right. Sapp on 1st and 10 at the 40. Has time, throws in the flat, pass is caught. Radebaugh puts his foot on the ground, turns upfield, 30, 25, down at about the 23-yard line. Logan Collins with the tackle, but that's a catch and run of 18 on the play.
I'll tell you, this Edon offense is as advertised. It's legit, Andy. And a lot of receivers getting the ball and getting involved. Good pass protection up front, and of course, Kyler Sapp just making it happen.
First down at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10. Trying to answer the Northwood points. 20-8 Edon. 4 receivers right, 1 to the left. Quarterback draw. Sapp 20, 15, 10. Spins to the 5. Thrown down ahead to the 2. Sapp with a run of 20, and it's 1st and goal. Good play call that time, Bob Owen, with the 4 to the right, and they were thinking maybe an ISO coming back again to the left, and quarterback draw for 20. Quickly to the line of scrimmage, 1st and goal. Ball touching the 2-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Parrish the running back. Parrish with the call. Parrish into the end zone for an Edon touchdown. You asked the question about 4 minutes ago. How would they answer? You got it.
Another impressive offensive drive there by Edon. I don't think it was even 4 minutes ago, was it, Andy?
In real time, probably not.
That was surgery again. This Edon offense has been on point all game. Just bang, 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 hitting open receivers. Good to see Wade Parrish get involved then after the early season injury and collecting the touchdown for the Bombers.
And we have an injured Northwood Ranger down in the end zone. So before the extra point attempt, it is Coleman who is hurt. They get to him and he'll hobble off. 26-8 is our score. Owen Roth, a 58-yard TD run. Edgerton reclaims the lead, 14-7 over Wayne Trace. About 2.5 to go in that first half of play.
It's going to go down to the wire, I think. Wayne Trace, Edgerton. We thought that'd be a good one tonight.
So the point after is coming here.
Most popular player in Edon right now is coming on the field, Carlos Spria. When he gets out there and kicks the ball, it seems like the whole stands jumps up and yells. They love him.
You know, there's a kicker in the TAC that's getting legit love at D1 levels, as Sprea's extra point is good. And that they're going to see him, Emilio Duran, all kinds of offers to go kick.
Well, from Ottawa Hills?
From Ottawa Hills, yep.
Yeah.
We're going to stay here.
They've had some kickers there, haven't they? They had a guy kicked to the Michigan State back in 2015, beat Ohio State.
27-8.
Yeah.
Boy, great for a young team. That's a big boy veteran answer for the touchdown.
Don't you love the poise by them? And, of course, it all starts with Kyler Sapp, just how he handles himself. If you want to, how do you act as a quarterback? Kyler Sapp kind of fits the mold, doesn't he? How he handles himself after bad plays, his whole body language, how he keeps his head up. He's really got all the parts. It's going to be fun watching him.
And then let's talk about the targets then, because we knew there was a for sure known commodity coming in, Caden Nestor. Carter Keese had started to make some plays last year for Edon. So I guess maybe a receiver and a half, but Carter's proven to be, he's a heck of a good option there at 2. And now we're seeing Max Hulbert get into the act. Cohen Hulbert has made some plays. Christian Owens, if they can get him involved. And all of a sudden you're thinking, we lost a lot of wide receivers from the Edon point of view last year. But here it is, only a month in, and we're developing some depth right now at those skill positions.
Sure, and in my opinion, after week 4, collectively, and that's not to take anything away from last year's Edon's receiving core, this receiving core, I believe, is better. I really do.
Better now or higher ceiling?
Better right now than last year's. Now, I don't think they have anyone as good as Gannon Ripke, but collectively, I believe they're better.
Okay. Gomez, nice job finding creases. Jump cut after jump cut to get across the 25 to about the 26 or 7-yard line. Northwood now back into that 3-score hole. 1st and 10, Northwood at their own 27-yard line to begin this next drive. You're listening to week 4 of high school football, WBNO FM Bryan, nearing the midway point of quarter number 2. Mason Smith will send 2 receivers left, have 1 receiver to the right. 2 running backs, 1 on each hip. It'll be Smith to throw. Screen to the far side. Catch and driving is Garen Hannum. Great job, Hannum, to lug a couple of Bomber tacklers for about 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, you just see the strength there by Hannum. It was just a simple freeze or screen play to Hannum, and Max Radeball actually came up and did a nice job of defending it, but Hannum's strength pushed the pile forward about 6 or 7 yards.
2nd down and maybe closer to 1 here for the first down. Line of scrimmage for Northwood, they're 36. Double wing look, 1 running back. Hannum comes in motion. They give to the fullback on the interior, and he's moving things forward. Montonio Baker to the 39-yard line. That's 3 on the carry for Baker.
Only the 2nd time Baker's carried the ball tonight. Again, as we said, Northwood uses a plethora of running backs.
So 1st and 10, Northwood at their own 39. Edon 27, Northwood 8 on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Inside 5.5 to go in the first half. I think if you're Northwood, the objective here is obviously score, but possess it for 5 minutes to do that and go in feeling pretty good about yourself and only down 2 scores in this game.
And have the ball coming out in the 3rd quarter.
Zone read and another penalty marker down. Smith got away from 1, reverses field, and stretches it out to the 45. That's a really good, strong, determined effort for 6 yards when there was nothing there. But all for naught, it's a holding penalty against the Rangers. So that'll back them up now. And they've also not helped their cause tonight, have been highly penalized here in this first half.
They sure have. They've had some critical errors that have timely penalties that have either extended Edon drives or stopped Northwood from getting first downs, or even in one case they had a touchdown called back.
You know, I venture to guess that this game in the state of Ohio, wherever they're at, no game has more head coaching experience than this one right here.
Good point.
81 years combined of coaching between just the two head coaches.
That's why you're the best in the business, throwing out that little fact.
Three receivers right, one receiver to the left, one running back. Juggled snap, bubble screen, almost picked off. Sapp had nothing but green grass and a touchdown, but just did not have the football. It was tipped, it fluttered just enough for him not to be able to look it in, and it'll be second and long.
What a great break by Sapp there, jumping all over. That would have been a tough grab for him, but he played that as well as you could have.
So 2nd and 22, back at the 27-yard line. 27-8 Edon. One running back in the backfield, Montonio Baker. Two receivers right, one to the left. Smith to throw. Smith with time. Steps up, throws, and one hops it. And was intended for Logan Collins. Incomplete. 3rd and long coming up.
This is interesting here now. If Edon can hold Northwood 3rd and 22 with 4 minutes and 29 seconds, opportunity as quickly as Edon scores. 4 minutes is forever for an Edon offense. That could be awful difficult if that comes to fruition of Northwood coming back from a 35-8 deficit.
Two receivers and a wing to the right, one receiver to the left. 3rd and 22. Smith with heat, and he goes down. Parker Kelly gets home back at the 20, loss of 7, and it'll be 4th and forever in a punting situation for Northwood.
Yeah, Parker Kelly, one of those stars there on the defensive and offensive line for Edon that time, and he's got a motor that keeps running. Doesn't leave the field. Very difficult to be an interior offensive lineman. And there's a couple of Edon players that do that, that play both sides, especially against a strong team like Northwood.
4th down and 28. Edon stands to get terrific field position out of this. Carter Keith standing near midfield, awaiting the boot of Mason Smith. Smith, no pressure. Return is set up. And a good kick by Smith. Drifts Keese all the way back to the 40. Eludes one man. Can't get out of the next wave. Jacob Four and Brian Hollabaugh swallow him up at the 45. But still, good start to this drive for Edon at their own 45-yard line. And perhaps an opportunity here, dare I say it, Foz, but maybe an early knockout blow here. 27-8 late in the first half with a score here. And Northwood's really shown no proclivity to stopping them whatsoever off on defense.
We'll see what happens this series, but yeah, you're right. A score here by Edon is going to be difficult for Northwood to come back.
1st and 10 Edon at their 45. 3 receivers bunched to the left, 1 receiver right. Play action to Parrish. Some heat coming on Sapp. Dances away from trouble and spins forward. Kept his feet. 50, 45, 40, down to the 39. That should be -3. The spin forward. Now hold on. There is a penalty flag down at the 46-yard line. Hold Edon, or maybe a grab of the mask on the tackle attempt potentially on Northwood. Right now it'd be a run of 20 if it stands, when it shouldn't have gotten anything.
Well, we sound like a broken record. That's going to come back.
Yeah,
but what a great individual effort by Kyler Sapp. We've said that several times tonight.
Don't forget, when we are done tonight, first place Cleveland and Minnesota in a showdown in Minnesota. They're getting ready for first pitch at 8:10. We'll have the finish of that when we wrap everything up here this evening. 7:10 tomorrow, 2:10 then on Sunday afternoon. So the penalty marker against Edon will back them up to the 36. It's a 1st and 19 now for the Bombers at their own 36. 3.5 to play first half. 27-8 Edon on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. 3 receivers left, 2 receivers right to empty the backfield. Showing edge pressure off the right side on a blitz. Screen is coming. Northwood read it. Keese with the grab. Keese spins out of a tackle. 50, 40. Penalty marker again. And that's going to wipe away the return, or the run, I should say, on the bubble screen that took Carter Keese to the 27-yard line. That's going to wipe away a huge gain. And Bob Owen pleading his case right now. Now remember, it's downfield at where it happened, so the marker's at about the 40. They're going to end up probably, Foz, when all is said and done, with a maybe 1st and 5 at midfield, yes.
About a 12-yard gain out of this then, would we say?
Yes. So 1st and 5 from the 50.
Yeah, I mean, calling a lot of holds on both sides.
So from midfield, 1st and 5. 27-8 Edon. 3 receivers left, that's to the short side. 2 receivers to the right. Parrish goes in motion. Sapp, they look bubbled, not there. Now they want Nestor on a go route. It is caught and dropped. Nestor had it and then just couldn't bring it in. That would, again, a gain of about 30. Falls incomplete. 2nd down and 5 coming up.
Yeah, you just don't see that very often with Caden Nestor when he goes up tall for it, and he usually brings those in.
Corey Everett's a 1-yard TD run just before half, and Edgerton leads Wayne Trace 21-7. And that's a big score because through 3 weeks, and I know competition has had a lot to do with it, but also Wayne Trace has really, I think, underachieved on the offensive end at times as well to go along with playing good teams. That's a big hill to climb when they're only scoring about 9, 10, 11 points a game. Northwood just jumped into the neutral zone, and that would give Edon a 1st down. Although Northwood pointing that there was some movement on Edon, not going to sell it enough, and it is a Northwood penalty.
I think the left defensive end jumped off, and Edon was very disciplined on that. I didn't see any.
1st and 10, Edon at the 45 now of Northwood. Clock stopped at 3:02 for right now to play in the first half. 27-8 Edon. Hulbert re-enters the game. Goes to the far side. Will be joined over there by Owens with 2 receivers. 3 receivers come left, and now some confusion and a Bob Owen timeout. 27-8 Edon. 3 and change to play in the first half. We'll be right back.
Locally owned and operated for 19 years, Edon Pizza is your best choice for the freshest pizza in the area. Call them at 419-272-2452 and order from a large variety of menu items, including pasta, calzones, wings, and, of course, pizza and subs.
Mike Bumb back out here in Edon at Leanne Field. All Edon in this first half on top 27-8. Most impressive thing from you tonight from Edon. For offensive side, defensive side, if you had to pick one.
Jeez. I mean, that's
pick
tough.
one.
Pick one. I've got to pick one offensively.
Okay.
But it's been great execution on both sides, and the kicking game now with the transfer student from Italy. It's just a complete football team right now. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of football to be played, but right now you couldn't have scripted it any better if you're an Edon Bombers fan.
1st and 10 Edon at the 45 of Northwood. Edon down to 1 timeout remaining in this first half. Northwood with 2. 4 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Northwood shows blitz. Sapp wanted a screen taken away. Sapp rolls out, directing traffic and thrown down. Is that a forward pass or is it a fumble? They might be ruling that fumble. They are. Northwood has just turned Edon over.
And I think it's a good call, Andy, because I don't think Kyler got his arm going forward on that time. And Northwood just collected it ends bounds. Now, just a second ago, we were talking about the potential for Edon to go up 35 or 34 to 8 at halftime. Now all of a sudden Northwood's got the ball at about the 50-yard line. If they happen to score with 2:51, we're talking only a 2-score lead here. Whole different ball game.
2:51, and Northwood does have a pair of timeouts. The Rangers will start this drive at their own 48-yard line.
Coach Owen is saying his arm was going forward, and I would humbly disagree with the future Hall of Famer. I think it was a good call by the officiating crew.
Bob still pleading his case. Referee is Clarence LaBeach. That's who is visiting with him.
The Eden staff, I can see down there talking about a horse collar on Sapp, which is a good argument. And the official's saying he didn't think, as I'm reading the body language, that it was a horse collar. But it's pretty close.
Yeah.
It's a good argument there by Coach Ripke.
1st and 10, Northwood at their own 48, so in a good spot here, trailing as far as where the ball is. Not a good spot on the board, trailing 27-8. Northwood hasn't found themselves in very many tack games through the years, digging out a 27-8 holes. One receiver both ways, a wing each way, one running back. Zone read, option keep. Smith running down the sideline, 40, 35, backs his way. The quarterback Smith does inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line. 23 on the run, Foz, and into Eden territory on one carry.
Yeah, we get, again, not to keep repeating myself, but Northwood finds a way to punch this in. We're talking about a whole different second half than we were about 30 seconds ago.
1st and 10, Northwood at the Eden 35. Hash mark far side. Clock continuing to run inside of 2.5, which is okay if you're Northwood because they don't want Eden. They want to score and not have any time on the clock left for Eden's offense. Wing right, receiver right. Slot to the left. Coming out of that slot, here comes Coleman in motion. They'll get it to him on the jet sweep. 40, 35, 30. Coleman dancing his way through traffic and picking his way down to the 26-yard line. He'll have 9, and it'll be 2nd down and 1.
Coach James getting Monte Coleman back in the action after sitting him on the bench a little bit for a couple fumbles early on.
2nd down and 1 from the 26. 1:45 remaining in the first half and rolling. 2 timeouts left for Northwood, trailing Eden 27-8. One receiver left, one receiver right, double wing look. Baker, the one running back. It'll be Gomez. Gomez tries to slither off the left side. He has a 1st down, and he's down to the 19 as he collects 7 on the run. It'll be 1st and 10, Northwood at the Eden 19-yard line.
Momentum right now going Northwood's way. They're having their way up front offensively. And before, all the way to a quarter and 3 quarters and a quarter, we've seen Eden play on the side of Northwood line of scrimmage. This series, the other way around, Northwood having the upper hand.
Counting down towards a minute to play in the first half. Double wing again, receiver both ways. And now Eden will spend a defensive timeout. We're going to stay right here with exactly 1 minute to play here in the first half. 27-8, Eden in front. Again, you're looking at the double opportunity here. Northwood scoring before half, and then they get the football to start the second half.
Yeah, they do. And again, Eden's going to have to step up here and get a stop. Not so sure about the kicking game, although we watched him in warm-ups for Northwood. He looks solid, so a field goal could factor in here. But again, what a turn of events that we were talking about. Eden driving easily. Of course, the turnover then happens, and then all of a sudden from a possible 4-touchdown score, lead. Now we've got a competitive game if Northwood would punch this in of only a 2-touchdown score. So we'll see what happens here in the last minute.
1st and 10 for Northwood when we come back to live action. That timeout leaves Eden with no more timeouts in this first half. Northwood still has 2 in their back pocket. 1st and 10 at the 19 of Eden. 27-8 our score here. Opening night of the TAC. We mentioned also NWOAL, Liberty Center, cruising over Wassey there. Bryan and Archibald tied at 7 as they went to the half in Archibald tonight. Had David Dominic on the show on Wednesday night and really likes this football team. ton of people back, and that was in the up front, offensive and defensive lines, who they were returning as far as most of their players from last year's 12-1 team. All right, we are set here, 1st and 10, double wing again, receiver both ways. One of those wings goes in motion. Off the left side, running room for Baker. Baker down to the, 11-yard line? Maybe the 10. He got at least 8, make it 7. They spot him at the 12, so it's a 7-yard run. 2nd down and 3 from the 12, half mark far side. Hustling to the line of scrimmage. Smith brings a man in motion. Smith gives inside to Baker, to the 5, to the goal line, to the end zone, to the touchdown. Montonio Baker. On 2nd down and 3, Baker goes 12 yards for the score, and Northwood back to within 2 touchdowns.
Big series there for Northwood. Again, as we said, Northwood will get the ball after the half.
They'll keep the offense out there to go for 2.
You didn't think Northwood would go away quietly, did you, Angie?
No, I really didn't.
They're Ken James in 37 years and all those wins and playoff appearances. You'd expect nothing less.
1 receiver left, and now we have too many men break the huddle. Yep. So it'll go against Northwood. I think you had too many in the huddle. I also think you had to delay a game, so you had a little of everything there. It'll back them up 5 as they'll try this 2-point attempt now from the 7-yard line. 35 seconds to go in the half. Hilltop takes a 12-0 lead over North Baltimore into the locker room. So, 2-point attempt. Smith climbs under center, double wing look, receiver both ways. And they hit as he was ready to pitch it. Loose ball. It is picked up by Northwood and not going to go anywhere. So it will remain a 27-14 game with 35 seconds to play here in this first half. By the way, in that 21-7 lead, Roth, 3 carries, 70 yards for Edgerton. Corey Everett's 16 carries for 56 yards. The workhorse again on offense for the Bulldogs. Here it's the Bombers 27 and Northwood 14. 35 seconds to play in this first half of football. Northwood has won 17 of 18 against Edon through the years. Halftime update between Ayersville and Paulding, and it's Ayersville 26-7 lead on Paulding at halftime. Ayersville may be one of those under-the-radar teams that's off to a little bit better start than what's being discussed. Tenora and Antwerp to a real heavy extent in the GMC. Edgerton, because of their 3-0 start now, getting some conversation. But Ayersville, quietly under Andrew Mickey, a 2-1 start against a pretty decent schedule to start the year. And now they have a lead on Paulding on opening night in the GMC. Boy, Tenora, 2-1. They were just awful on opening night against a really good Liberty Center team. Bounced back and waxed Wasion, and then difficult win at state-ranked Lima Central Catholic last week. So, and Kenny Krause talked to him after that the win going into the LCC game. They were getting healthy. A couple of key kids were coming back. Line drive kick. This will be an opportunity at the 18, and now a kneel down near the 25-yard line on that return by Max Radebaugh. 32 seconds to play. Remember, Edon has no timeouts remaining. Stay with us. The main stops of Northwest Ohio halftime show. We'll have some numbers statistically from the first half, recap the scoring drives, and head back into the studio for game updates on things happening around Northwest Ohio in high school football here in week number 4. Parrish is going back near the 10 as a safety valve in case of a bad snap here. Sapp will just take a kneel down, and if Northwood is good with it, Edon is good with it, we'll be heading to the locker room in a 27-14 game. Feels a lot different than it did 15, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah,
in real time.
And our conversation was, boy, everything is going perfectly for Edon. If they score on this series, which it looked like they were gonna, it's probably over.
Yep.
And as perfect as everything has gone for Edon, that last 4 minutes of the second quarter has just been the opposite of that. Everything went bad for them. The fumble, and then, of course, a couple big plays, and Northwood marches down and scores. And now all of a sudden we've got a football game. And as I said before, you didn't expect Ken James and the Northwood Rangers to go away quietly tonight, did you? So we're going to have a good second half.
Will not go gently and quietly into that good night. 27-14. Edon leading Northwood. Stay with us. The main stops of Northwest Ohio halftime report gets underway from Edon when we come back.
If you've been thinking about a remodeling project for your home or business, Field Supply Center in Blakesley should be your first choice. Field Supply Center in Blakesley and not only has all the lumber for that project, they also have all the building supplies you'll need, along with everything you need for the project, including the cabinetry, plus the expertise to help make your home even more beautiful. It's all at Field Supply Center, located in Blakesley. Field Supply Center, wishing good luck to all the players in tonight's game.
The Eager Beaver Axle is wide open and ready for you. Come in and take your shot at throwing axes or share some drinks and food with friends. Rack up the pool balls or take your chance with Keno. It's all inside the Eager Beaver Axle. Must be 18 or older to enter. Find them online or call 419-980-7121. The Eager Beaver Axle, Defiance's first axe-throwing venue.
Hi, I'm Sally Jo Metzger with the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio. It's fair season, and we'll have a booth at the Williams County Fair this year. Come out and save 10% on all upright memorials. The Fackler Monument Company features the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area. You can go online to facklermonument.com to see what we have to offer. And we're bringing you the opportunity to save 10% at the Williams County Fair. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
Are you looking for a mechanic that really knows how to repair both foreign and domestic vehicles? Let me recommend Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions. Dave has spent the last 25 years diagnosing and repairing all makes and models of vehicles in Northwest Ohio. And he's now teamed up with Jason Dietz on State Route 6 just east of Edgerton. So if you're looking for a mechanic that can fix the problem that your last mechanic couldn't, think of Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions.
All right, let's recap the scoring from this first half of play. Edon got on the board first. They had fumbled the opening kickoff, and Northwood took over at the Edon 41, but had to go 3 and out. And Edon defensively setting the tone early. And then the Bombers went on their best drive of the night in terms of a sustained drive. 13 plays, 75 yards. Kyler Sapp found Caden Nestor on a 1-yard TD pass, and Edon led 7-0. Following a Northwood fumble, Edon would take over at the Northwood 24. One-play drive, and it was a reverse and then a pass out of the reverse. Caden Nestor found Carter Keese for a 24-yard score, and that made it 14-0. Northwood fumble again. Edon took over at their own 39, and then a 6-play, 61-yard drive was capped off. Kyler Sapp to Max Radebaugh on the 30-yard touchdown, and it was 20-0. Finally, Northwood would break through. In fact, they would score twice on the same drive. One of them taken away, of course, due to a penalty. Then on a 4th and 13, Mason Smith would hit Brandon Gomez on a 23-yard score to cap a 67-yard drive in 11 plays. They would get the 2, and it was 20-8. Edon would answer a 4-play, 53-yard drive. Wade Parrish a 2-yard run to make it 27-8. And then Edon had the ball late in the first half, looking for an early punch-out, only to fumble themselves. Kyler Sapp stripped as he was trying to scramble and keep a play alive. Northwood took over at their own 48. 52 yards later, Baker would rumble in for the touchdown, and that's where we stand, Mike Bumb, at 27-14. You have some numbers you'd like our listeners to hear about here from the first half.
Well, first let's start off with the Northwood Rangers. Mason Smith, the quarterback, is 4 for 9 for 50 yards. As you said, Andy, he did have the 1 touchdown pass. to Brandon Gomez across the middle. Rushing the football, a plethora of running backs, as Northwood uses a lot of them and traditionally have done that as well. Zagan Byington has carried the ball 6 times for 22 yards. Brandon Gomez has carried the ball 3 times for 22 yards. Mason Smith, the quarterback, has led the Rangers in rushing. He's carried the ball 4 times for 48 yards. Montonio Baker with the touchdown has carried the ball 4 times for 19 yards. Garen Hannum 1 time for 14 yards, and Logan Collins 1 for 4 yards. 117 yards of total rushing the football for the Rangers, 47 yards through the air. That's 164 total yards of offense for Northwood, who has 14 points in the scoreboard. For your leaders right now in the first half, 27 points for the Bombers. Kyler Sapp has been unbelievable today. Once again, 13 for 18, 160 yards. He's got a rushing touchdown and 2 passing touchdowns. Receiving the ball for the Edon Bombers. Again, a plethora of those receivers. Carter Keese has got 3 catches for 36 yards. Max Radebaugh, he's got 4 catches for 68 yards. Caden Nestor has led the way. Receiving the ball, he's got 5 catches for 46 yards. The Edon Bombers have a total of 160 yards through the air. They have 29 yards on the ground for 189 total yards in offense. So statistically right now, 164 total yards for Northwood, 189 total yards for Edon. Fairly close. We talked about that, and I'll let you take the lead there, how this game could have got lopsided in a hurry, but right now, not so much.
27-14, Edon with the lead on Northwood at the half. Our main stops of Northwest Ohio halftime show continues. We'll check in back in the studio with Krista Bruner to get updates around Northwest Ohio on high school football games that are going on, so stay with us.
Even though we don't know what life has in store for our homes or car, we can still prepare. Introducing the Damage Doesn't Have to Be Too Damaging policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. Contact Danielle Van Atta, agent at 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan, or call 419-636-0408 today. American Family Insurance Company. SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Attention homeowners and contractors in the tri-state area. Did you know Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold services and repairs pretty much any piece of equipment and machinery? Well, they do. Things like skid steers, mini excavators, backhoes, and air compressors. But it's not just big equipment. They also repair things like lawnmowers, snow blowers, chainsaws, heaters. Pretty much anything you can think of, Black Swamp Equipment can handle it. And they are certified service warranty centers for Steel outdoor power equipment, Kohler engines, Miller Electric, Milwaukee, and Toro. Plus, they have a truck fully loaded to come to you to fix a problem you may have with a piece of equipment. To find out more information, check out blackswampequipment.com or phone 1-800-445-2777 and ask for the service department. Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold, your one-stop service and repair headquarters.
When you're in need of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan. They carry new, used, and scratch and dent appliances. They carry the brands you need: Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE. Many in stock for you to take home today. Then, when you have something wrong in the years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk with someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 636-4541 and they'll be out to fix it for you, whether it's under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer.
Good evening, Northwest Ohio. My name is Krista Bruner, in with your main stops scoreboard show at halftime. Week 4 of high school football in our broadcast game, where Edon is on top of Northwood 27-14. On our sister station, the Q 96.5, Bryan is tied with Archbold 7-7 at halftime. Also in the half, Patrick Henry is leading Swanton 20-0. Lima Shawnee wants the win over Defiance, 12-0. Adrian Madison is on top of North Central, 20-0. Liberty Center leads Wauseon, 26-6. Delta is fighting back Evergreen, 14-6. Tenora is on top of Fairview, 27-0. Hilltop holds down North Baltimore, 12-0. Van Wert is leading Wapakoneta, 19-0. Ayersville leads Paulding, 26-7. Napoleon has the lead over Northview, 19-10. And currently, the Guardians are under a rain delay, if anybody is wondering. And we'll have that game after the conclusion of this game. That's been a check of your scores on your Main Stops scoreboard show. We'll have the rest of the game coming up next.
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Somebody you can call when bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Visit Andrews O'Neill & Lowe in Archbold, Bryan, or Wauseon, or online at andrewsoneillandlowe.com.
Always supporting student athletes and coaches in the Edon School District, the Edon Athletic Boosters. The Edon Athletic Boosters would like to take this opportunity to salute the student athletes and coaches in tonight's game. Hey, how would you like to be a part of the Edon Athletic Boosters? Come to a meeting and find out what they're all about. Maybe even volunteer at a concession stand. For more information, phone 419-272-3213. The Edon Athletic Boosters, supporting student athletes and coaches in Edon.
The newest way to save money is also the easiest way to save money. With Midwest Community Federal Credit Union's new rewards checking account powered by Bazing, you get access to thousands of local discounts on shopping, dining, travel, and so much more. All you have to do is show your mobile coupon and save. No matter who you are or what you do, saving money is for everyone. Stop by a Midwest Community branch or visit midwestcommunity.org to open a rewards checking account today.
Back out here at Leanne Field in Edon, 27-14. The 1-2 Bombers lead 2-1 Northwood here as we begin conference play tonight. And we, of course, are in week number 4 and some interesting races. And you mentioned if anybody missed it, on our sports show on Wednesday when we were kind of teasing the weekend about how we were down to just 5 schools now in the Toledo Area Athletic Conference. When you began coaching in this league, I know, a long time ago now,
yeah,
approaching 20 years ago now, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Not that long.
Approaching. Danbury, yeah, Stritch, Toledo Christian. You know, these were schools that were all in and all had their moments of some success. Maybe not consistent in every case, but had their moments, and now we're down to 5 right now. I mean, you hope there's some form. We've heard rumblings of potential merges going on, but until it's official, all we have to talk about is this right now and where we're at in high school football in small schools with these 5 schools, and 3 of them are in Williams County in the TAC right now.
Right. It's called the Toledo Area Athletic Conference, but right now there's more schools in Williams County than there are the Toledo area. So, it's obviously scary. The TAC is on life support. There's no other way around it. Northwood has always been the king, but with those schools that you had already mentioned dropping football or going to 8-man football, one wonders how much longer the TAC can survive. There's been some talks about merging with some Michigan schools. I'm going to say a couple names, and maybe Adrian Madison would be one of them.
Whiteford,
yeah,
Ida.
Yeah, Whiteford is another one. If that were the case, that could sustain the TAC. Don't know what they would call it. Maybe they would keep the name or get a different name. But
the Border Conference.
Who cares? But the whole point is you want to continue and sustain football for these schools that still have 11-man football as long as you can. And let's face it, we've talked about this enough in the past. although we're seeing two great football teams out here tonight who have good numbers, that's not the trend with small schools or any school, big school. The trend in numbers is going in the wrong direction in the sport.
I'll be interested because I don't know what, if you don't merge, I don't know what options there are for the schools. Let's say a merger doesn't happen. I mean, what do you do with five? You keep it as a 5-man conference? Is that something that's sustainable? I don't think so, but what are your other options?
I think it's sustainable if all 5 would stay like it is this year, but I mean, you're close to basically doing an independent schedule then. And independent schedules are a little harder than you think. It's not like college football, which is difficult to do as well because of conference schedules that you have to honor. But it's the same thing with high school, and you get by those first few opening weeks, and it's hard to find a break from some of these conferences of when they have open dates or non-conference games that they could even schedule you. Then you have to find a team that you'd like to be kind of in your region area so you don't have to travel so far. Then you have to find a team that's your size and your skill level. Because the last thing you want to do is get your kids get their teeth kicked in against a team that they're totally outmatched against.
No.
So it's very difficult for small schools to survive, I guess, for lack of a better word, or to continue with a full schedule this day and age. And athletic directors are working their tails off to make it work. And hopefully it will. But you know,
well, that's
again,
a tough needle to thread right now.
It sure is. There's a lot of what ifs and a lot of anxiety of just not knowing.
This game, 27-14. We've got ourselves a football game, right? Okay, so Northwood, first possession. They got what they wanted. I mean, based on, for the most part, a rotten first half for them all around. I mean, they're on the verge of blowout city. Get the turnover, go down and score. Now it's 27-14, you get the football. Ken James, overall team message, and then from what you saw, eyeball test, what are their biggest adjustments? Or did they start to happen maybe for them in that second quarter? If not, what do they have to do a little bit better in the second half?
I don't think they can stop Edon. What they did there, that last possession, was they got a turnover. So certainly, you know, whoever has the most turnovers wins the game in any game. But I don't think they can stop them after watching these two teams and watching Edon move the ball with relative ease. But they do have the ball to start off. And in that last series, up front, they began to exert themselves and move Edon off the ball. Hadn't seen that a quarter and a half before that. Edon had owned them. So the momentum had shifted, and Northwood's kind of got them on their heels. Can they continue that momentum when they get the ball back? If they do, and they move the ball right down the field, and now all of a sudden we've got a one-score lead, things are going to get kind of tight for Edon. Ken James will not panic. He's a guy who's got 37 years experience. He knows where he's at right now. This game is far from being over. On the flip side of that is you got to find a way to get a stop right now if you're Coach Owen. And he's probably saying, my gosh, we had him, and now we got to fight to win this game yet. But he's got to get a stop on defense and generate some of that energy and emotion that he had that first quarter and a half. And then his offense, I think, will take care of the rest. So I think we're going to be in for an exciting second half. We thought we'd have a high-scoring game. We're going to have a high-scoring game when it's all said and done.
Overall, what's that tenor and tone of the Edon locker room right now based on how it ended first half?
Listen, stuff happens, right? Edon fumbled the ball. It happens. They move the ball down. Coach Owen is an experienced coach. All of that nonsense of going and yelling and screaming lasts about one play. What you want to go into is you want to be a calming influence to the young guys. They're trying hard. Both teams, nobody wants to win more than the players want to win. No parents want to win harder more than they do. No fans. They want to win. So they're excited. They're trying their hardest. So as a coach, what you want to do is be a calming influence to them. Give them a couple adjustments. Don't give them too many, or they're not going to execute it. No more than 3s, all right? 3 things that we can do better this half. Be rational about it. Hey, here's the situation. We were right there and a chance to blow them out. It didn't happen. So what? Now we got to play like it's 0-0. I don't know if there's any adjustments that need to be made from Edon defensively because, Northwood's going to be Northwood. They're going to run the triple option. They're going to try to move you off the ball. Let's crank up the energy if you're Edon defensively. Play on their side of the line of scrimmage, and then do what we've been doing offensively.
Halftime, Edon 27, Northwood 14. Time for us to take one more break. Second half is straight ahead here on B-Rock Sports.
Now is the time to get to Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan and pick up your gallon of paint to finish up those outdoor projects before winter sets in. Get all the paint you need at tremendous prices. Clark & Kensington paint should be your paint of choice. With excellent coverage, washability, and a lifetime warranty, Clark & Kensington paint with the primer built right in is the only paint you'll ever need. Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan is ready to help. Ace, the helpful place.
Hi, Dan Stuckey here, broker owner of Real Estate Advantage Team. Are you getting ready to buy or sell a home? I would love to be your realtor. From our first phone call to the closing table, I am with you every step of the way. I will serve you with honesty and integrity. My goal is to provide you with a stress-free home buying or selling process that exceeds your expectations. So let's get you moving. Call 419-636-5100.
Since 1875, 4 generations of the Krill family have served this area. Krill Funeral Service realizes that the end can be a difficult and emotional time. They will guide you through each and every step of the funeral process, carefully and with integrity. Krill Funeral Service expresses appreciation for your trust in them, and they'll continue to be there for you in times of need. Krill Funeral Service of Edgerton, Edon, and on West Mulberry Street in Bryan, where they offer an on-site crematory.
Locally owned and operated for 19 years, Edon Pizza is your best choice for the freshest pizza in the area. Call them at 419-272-2452 and order from a large variety of menu items, including pasta, calzones, wings, and of course, pizza and subs.
Two NWOAL updates. Archbold has gone in front of Bryan 14-7. Last we heard, and Patrick Henry hammering Swanton tonight 33-0 for PH. That's probably a hugely welcome sign on the offensive end of things, because they've had a couple of games here where they haven't scored a lot. Give them a little confidence going into a difficult stretch where they go somewhere along the lines. Archbold, Liberty Center, Wasion, Bryan in there as well. So a good night for Patrick Henry on the offensive end. That Archbold-Bryan game, second half game, you can hear that on Q96.5 if you're interested. Our halftime show tonight brought to you this week and each and every week by the main stops of Northwest Ohio. Always open when you need them. And remember, there's always a main stop near you. Thirsty Thursday, 79-cent coffees, cappuccinos, and drinks available at the main stops of Northwest Ohio. Next week, we'll be in Montpelier for the first time this year. Edon at Montpelier, our game there. Foz, you'll be on assignment for us 2 weeks from tonight, so you won't be with me. And 2 weeks from tonight, I'm going to take my first trip to Paulding County in a while, as far as going to see Paulding play. Haven't been there, so I think since Montpelier played there a handful of years ago. It's Edgerton at Paulding for that game, and we can't share where that your assignment that you're on for BNO is top secret, and we'll have a lot to talk about on the 30th about your mission and how that went for you. But those are our next couple of weeks of games. Wednesday night, excited about this one. And by the way, if you haven't been out, it's our final season of Sports Weekly. We'll end the show for good coming up in April. This week we talk with Defiance head football coach Travis Cooper, and we dive into 8-man football with head coach of the Stryker Panthers, Kent Holsopple. By the way, since the move to 8-man and this playing really, really good football this year, they're blowing teams out and scoring points.
Exciting. And, 8-man football is a great alternative. You just don't have the numbers to play 11-man football, and Stryker making the most of it. And looking forward to talking to Coach.
So that will be our Wednesday night show on Sports Weekly at JJ Wins in Holiday City, and, of course, driven by Terry Hendricks Ford. Don't forget, when we're done here, Cleveland and Minnesota, we understand they're in a weather delay, so that game hasn't even started. You're going to get most, if not all of the game, unless, of course, that weather continues to linger in the Minnesota area tonight. So it is teed up. Carlos Sprea, the kickoff man for the Bombers. The run-up and the kick gets end over end. It's short, though, and will skid out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So what will Ken James here do? Take the football at the point of the possession, or will they make him kick it again? And it looks like they're sending the offense out and will decline the penalty and get the good field position. So it'll be first down and 10 from their own 35. That's where this drive begins for the Northwood Rangers. 27-14 Edon. As we get underway here in half number 2. Receiver left, double wing, receiver to the right. Handoff goes up the middle. There's that fullback, Zagan Byington. He's able to collect only a yard on the run. Good job by that defensive front and the interior there to get the stop and hold Byington to a gain of 1. It'll be second down and 9. Tyler Brown, big guy on that offensive line, 6'3", 271 junior. He is the right tackle for Northwood. Again, wide receiver left and right, double wing look. Coleman goes in motion. They come with a little reverse action back to the near side, and Gomez runs into a wall, but you know what? He's still able to move the pile. Stop made by Cole Olds, but he's out to the 41-yard line, and it'll be a third down and 4 for the first down for Northwood. 3rd and 4 from their own 41.
Little counter play off of the fullback dive. Pretty decent job defending that by Edon. Carter Keese coming up and laying a lick.
Cruz to the left, Hollowball receiver to the right. Coleman is a wing to the left. Cruz a wing to the right. Byington in the middle. And actually, that's not Byington. That's Montonio Baker, who's out to the 45. Baker rumbles close to and collects the first down. Needed 4, got 4.
Second effort there by Montonio Baker. Just enough for the first down.
So Baker rotating in now with Byington in that fullback slot. 1st and 10 Northwood. From their own 45. Edon on top, 27-14, a minute and a half in. Trips to the right, one receiver left. Baker in the backfield. Fake the handoff, then the throw to the far side to Gomez. Gomez still on his feet. Gomez, a good little run, slithers down that right sideline, collecting about 11 on the play to the 44-yard line. And that's Gomez with a lot of individual work. Got good blocks, but he found daylight.
And he's got good quick acceleration, too. He can stop on a dime and redirect, and did a nice job there and got to the outside for 11-yard gain.
1st and 10, Northwood down to the Edon 44-yard line. Hash mark far side. Good start to a second half drive here for Northwood, trailing 27-14. Inside of 10 to go in the third quarter. Coleman a wing to the left. Cruz a receiver to the left. There's a wing and a receiver to the right. Running option, and the toss goes to Coleman and strung out nicely that time by Edon defensively as they bang Coleman out of bounds. For the most part, Coleman has been a non-factor here in this one.
He really has, and that's great assignment defense against the option by Edon. And there was 3 or 4 hats on that ball who went from fullback dive to quarterback to pitch man, and there was really nowhere to go there for Coleman.
That's -3 for Monte Coleman. 2nd and 13 at the Edon 47. Receiver left and right, wing left and right. Baker the fullback, the only running back. Counter give coming back to the near side. Gomez again. Gomez has a little power with his speed. He's going to be brought down by Carter Keese at the 40, but he collects 7 on the run. And it'll be third down and more manageable here. 3rd and medium, 3rd and about 5 for the first down.
Probably 4 down territory here for Northwood. They've had some success on that little counter, but the backside halfback coming around.
Big sequence here early in the second half with Edon up 27-14. Northwood possessing the football. Here comes Cruz in motion. Cruz gets the call. He's into the secondary. 30, 20, 15. And Nestor and company saved the touchdown. Nestor slowed him up enough for Sapp to bring him down, but it's a run of 30, and it'll be 1st and goal, Northwood.
Brandon Gomez that time again accelerating. He's been the workhorse here this first series.
1st and goal, just inside the 10. They'll spot it at the 9-yard line. Trying to make it a one-score game. Double wing look, receiver both ways. Baker the running back. Gomez again. This time the hole closed in a hurry. Gomez held to just 2. Skiles brought him down on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 7. Second down and goal, Northwood at the 7. 27-14 Edon. Northwood is chewed up over 4 minutes of this third quarter clock. One little swing pass has been it. Receiver right, receiver left. Wing right and left. Baker the running back. Smith under center. Second and goal at the 7. Counter handoff. This time they're going to Monte Coleman to the right. Coleman backing his way inside the 5. And maybe stood up there at about the 5-yard line. So it'll be third and goal from the 5.
It's interesting to see here if Northwood goes back to Gomez, who thus far this third quarter has been the workhorse for Northwood, and Edon has not had an answer for him. But
third and goal, Northwood at the 5.
Gomez at that right halfback position.
Receiver right and left. Double look on the wing. He juggled and lost the football on the exchange. Edon says they have it. They do. Cohen Hulbert came up with it, and it was just basic football. Mason Smith came away from center too soon. Ball on the turf. Edon forces another turnover.
That's the third one that Edon has gotten this game, and it could not have came at a better time as all the momentum was going Northwood's way.
10 plays, 60 yards, all for naught as Edon turns Northwood over. Edon will take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line. Sapp in the shotgun. 5 wide look. Quarterback draw. 5. Bounces outside 10. 15. Looking for daylight. Shoved out of bounds near sideline by Jacob 4. Out near the, 17, 18, just to give Edon a little breathing room. Sapp will get a dozen.
Got a little extracurricular activity there that time between Parker Kelly and Peyton Troush there, and could have almost gotten Peyton Troush for a personal foul or threw Parker Kelly down really after the play was over.
Couple of scores, end of 3. Archibald now with more breathing room, 21-7 lead over Bryan. And Edgerton's lead has been shaved to 7, 21-14. Edgerton leads Wayne Trace. 5 wide look here on 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Sapp again on the keep, 20. And fights his way out to about the 25. Montonio Baker brought him down. It'll be a pickup of 6 on the play, maybe 7. And leave them with a 2nd down and 3. Edon just getting out from the shadow of their goalpost with quarterback runs.
Some designed quarterback runs, too, to Kyler Sapp. And with some effectiveness.
Edon 27, Northwood 14, midway through this third quarter. Trips to the left, twins to the right. Rolling out to the left is Sapp. On the move, fires, nobody home. I'm going to guess the intended target was Nestor, although it could have been Keese underneath. It was thrown between the two, and it'll be 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, just very well defended that time by Northwood. And a little semi-roll by Kyler Sapp, looking for a deep out or a flag route, and just nothing there.
3rd and goal at the, or 3rd down and 3, I should say, at the 26. 3rd and 3 at their own 26-yard line. And Northwood may have just jumped into the neutral zone. They did. Well, they have at times been extremely undisciplined tonight.
You know what? Really uncharacteristic of a Northwood team to have that many penalties and turnovers this game. That's not to take away of how good Edon's played, but Northwood has been their own worst enemy this game.
So the 5-yard mark off brings Edon to the 30, and it's a 1st and 10 at their own 30. 5 wide look, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Sapp with a 3-man rush, steps up. Wanted to throw, but can't get away from Baker. Montonio Baker, 5'10", 190-pound senior, brings him down. And it's a sack and a loss of about 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 15.
Yeah, that was a coverage sack. There just wasn't anything open. There's pretty good defensive backs by Northwood, and Sapp just held on to it a little bit too long, and the pressure got to him.
End of 3, Hilltop 12, North Baltimore 6. Here it's 27-14 Edon, 5:20 to go. A lengthy possession for Northwood with a goal-to-go situation, and they turned it over. Now Edon with it for the first time in the second half. Sapp on a crosser, got Nestor, and he dropped it. Started to turn upfield, didn't have it, didn't look it in, and now it's 3rd and long. 3rd down and 14.
Edon has had some success with those crossing patterns, and thought they did that time too. Nestor was open, just couldn't keep her, gather her in.
3rd and 14 from their own 26, so the line to gain for Edon is the 40. 3 receivers right, 2 receivers left, 3 down linemen. Will Northwood send anybody? Creeping up and showing blitz is Gage Reed. Here he comes. Reed. And Sapp steps up, delivers. It's Radebaugh at the 50. Radebaugh at the 40 and brought down at the 38-yard line. What a job by Sapp, standing in the face of a blitz coming up the middle. Knew he was going to get clobbered and delivered it for a gain of 36 on the play.
What a great pass by Sapp. He stepped up into that pocket, as you said. There was a delayed blitz, and that ball was on a rope across the middle to Max Radebaugh.
1st and 10, Edon at the 38 now of Northwood. Momentum on the side of Edon. They get a turnover. Now they've picked up a couple of first downs. Flip field position. Nestor rolls in motion near side. Sapp to throw. Once Nestor wide open. Touchdown! There was nobody in the same area code. 38-yard touchdown, and Edon adds to their lead.
Yeah, it was a broken coverage, Andy, because as you said, Nestor was so far open, I thought he was going to drop the ball. Sometimes when you have to wait that long for it, he gathered it in, but you get an idea of the arm strength, too, from Kyler Sapp there. It was a 38-yard touchdown strike, but he was dropped back about 15 yards. That's a lot of air time for a young sophomore to throw the ball.
Keese to hold. Spraya on for the extra point. Kick on the way, and the kick is good. 4:28 to go, 3rd quarter. Edon forces a turnover, and then they immediately cash it in for points. They lead it 34-14. We'll be right back.
Have you always dreamed of starting your own business? Are you looking for ways to fund your child's education or save for retirement? Maybe you'd like to buy that dream home. Well, the State Bank can help you meet your financial goals, whatever they may be. With State Bank, you'll get all the products and services you expect from your bank with the personal attention of a locally operated community bank. Find a location near you today. State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
94-yard drive in 8 plays. Sapp to Nestor, 38 yards on the touchdown, and it is 34-14 now Edon. You talk about a swing in how this game was developing here in the 3rd quarter. A goal-to-go situation. Northwood, they cough it up on the quarterback center exchange, and then Edon pounces literally and figuratively to score.
It's been a weird game, hasn't it? I mean, think about that. We think Edon's going to blow them out. They're going down to score to really take a commanding lead in the first half. They fumbled. Northwood then drives all the way down. Now all of a sudden issues in doubt. Northwood comes down. It's going to be a 1-score game. They fumble on the 1. Edon's on the 1. They drive the ball 96 yards down for another score. And now the separation is now in a comfortable area that we think Edon's just starting to break away. It's just been really weird, hasn't it, Andy?
It sure has. High pop-up kick that's fielded by Brian Hollabaugh. And Hollabaugh gets about an 8-yard return out near the 40. First down and 10 there. Boy, it's got to be a deflated Northwood offense coming onto the field here, Fozzie Bear.
Yeah, it is. Again, when you the last 2 possessions they've done so well, you just got to take care of the football. Remember, in all levels, high school, college, and pro, more games are lost than they are won, meaning mistakes cost you.
First down and 10 for Northwood at their own 40.
3 turnovers and a lot of penalties for Northwood this game. That's not to take away from how well Edon's played, because they've been outstanding.
1 receiver both ways, a wing both ways. Smith bellies it up on the interior to Byington. He almost coughed it up as he's brought down after a gain of about 7. Wrapped up on the play. And that tackle was made by Wade Parrish. But a run of 7 to the 47. Second down and 3. Eden's totally okay with Northwood going into that huddle, coming out, taking some time, up 20 now. Double wing look. Man comes in motion. Hand to Byington. Nowhere to run. Covered up and clobbered by Parker Kelly, who just swallowed him at the point of attack. It's no gain officially, so it'll be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, he ran right into Parker Kelly. He wasn't going anywhere on that time. Nice job, and a great job that time by number 57, Blake Baker, who didn't make the play but caused a jam pile there, causing the running back to kind of have to bounce outside where Parker Kelly was right there waiting on him.
10 minutes to play. Edgerton 21, Wayne Trace 14 in the GMC. One receiver both ways, double wing look. One of them comes in motion. That wing off the left side. Hannum will get the call. Hannum has the first down, spinning and getting to the 40. What an athletic run there of 13 for Garen Hannum.
Hasn't carried the ball only but 2 times, but he's got 14 yards and 13 yards on his 2 carries. He runs hard, Andy.
Only a couple of years removed, about 3 years removed from that fantastic playoff game, Northwood and Fairview. Top 3 game that I've done.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fantastic. Athletes all over the field. That's a run to the 40, gain of about 1, second down and 9. Fairview, of course, prevailing and moving on. And
last second field goal, wasn't it?
Yeah. 2nd and 9 from the 40. Best game, though, I had the pleasure of watching. Bryan and Kenton about a decade ago. Remember Austin Schindler?
I do. I was at the game. I did not call it with you, but I was at the game watching
Finley.
as a spectator. And at Finley.
Oh, fantastic game.
Bryan should have won that one.
Trips to the left, single receiver right. On the interior, it's Byington, and his forward progress, maybe line of scrimmage. Again, Pats to the football. Baker and Skiles leading the charge, and it'll be 3rd and long with under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. So, again, you're down 34-14 inside of 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. You're at the Eden 40, so this is 4-down territory to cash in here on a 3rd down and 9. Cruz comes to the left. Hollabaugh goes to the right. Actually, now 2 more receivers will flip to the left. Byington is the only running back. Smith gets the snap on 3rd and 9. Smith with a heavy rush. Smith flush to the right. On the move. Keeps it alive. Slings it downfield. Incomplete. Really good job by Mason Smith. He found Cruz late, but he did a lot just to live for another day, Foz, on a 4th down and 9.
Should have been a sack and almost completed that pass down the line. It showed some great arm strength by Mason Smith. Northwood doesn't throw the ball very much, but Mason Smith unwinded there for about 40 yards in the air.
So 4th and 9, Northwood at the Eden 40. 34-14 Eden on the Andres O'Neill & Lowe scoreboard.
Do you like this, Andy, going for it?
Yeah, 3 scored the game.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You think punt? Would you punt it?
I think I would. I think I'd try to pin him down.
Okay. I just thinking we haven't stopped. If I'm Northwood, we haven't really stopped Eden much all night.
Yeah.
In pure stops, I'm going for it. Slot right, split left, wing to the right, 1 running back, roll to the right. Smith looks, there's a flag down on the play. The throw is caught, but is it going to stand?
Yeah, it's going to be a hold, so it's coming back regardless if he got his feet in bounds, and it appeared that he did.
You're right, hold on Northwood.
Had a lot of holds tonight, yeah. Ken James is probably thinking to himself, I just can't catch a break.
Several scores here. Defiance 21, Lima Shawnee 12. PH has defeated Swanton 40-7. That's the only final we have to report. Tenora 34, Fairview nothing. Archibald 28, Bryan 7. Napoleon on their way to win number 1, it looks like. They lead Northview 27-10. Liberty Center is bludgeoning Wauseon 40-6. And North Central has made it a game. Adrian Madison leads North Central 20-14. All those either finals or second half scores. So now you get 4th and 24 from your own 45, and you're going to punt now. Got to kick this one away, and it's Smith to kick. Smith's boot, high hanger that'll bounce at the 26 and roll dead at the 24-yard line. So 31-yard punt, no return. 30-second timeout for us now. 34-14, Edon in front.
Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, wants to say good luck to the Edon Bombers in tonight's athletic contest. Precise Metal Form is a proud supporter of Edon Bomber athletics, both boys and girls sports. Precise Metal Form in Bryan, saluting the athletes on all of their hard work and wishing them the best of luck in this athletic contest. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, saying go Bombers in this game.
Coming out of that exchange, the possession exchange, Northwood still had guys scrambling from the sideline to get into spot. Ball was marked for play. Edon a quick snap, and they get 5 out of it on a Parrish run to the far side. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Parrish again, trying his left side, and good job defensively that time. Cody Provo drags him down near the 31-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd down and 4. And Edon can choose to bring this thing home and put 3 in the books, and that's what they are going to do. 3 quarters of football complete. Edon trying to make it 2 straight over Northwood. Remember, didn't play last year, won though, enrolled in 2020, and leading it by 20 as we go to the 4th. 34-14 Edon. You're listening to Week 4 high school football coverage on B-Rock Sports.
If you've been thinking about a remodeling project for your home or business, Field Supply Center in Blakesley should be your first choice. Field Supply Center in Blakesley and not only has all the lumber for that project, they also have all the building supplies you'll need, along with everything you need for the project, including the cabinetry, plus the expertise to help make your home even more beautiful. It's all at Field Supply Center, located in Blakesley. Field Supply Center, wishing good luck to all the players in tonight's game.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com.
Welcome back to Edon as we have 12 minutes of football remaining here tonight. Edon 34 and Northwood 14 here in this opening game of the Toledo Area Athletic Conference. Don't forget, when we're done, we will head to Minnesota. Haven't heard anything update-wise on if they've started there yet, but the Guardians and Twins kicking off a 3-game series tonight in Minnesota. It will be 3rd down and 3 for Edon here. Line of scrimmage is their own 31-yard line. So 3rd and 3. 34-14 Edon as we start this 4th quarter. 5 wide look, empty backfield. 3 of those receivers to the left. Creeping is Northwood to come on a middle linebacker blitz. They come. Little hook route caught by Carter Keese. He gets across the 35, got the necessary yardage to the 37. 1st down Edon. They convert a 3rd and 3 by gaining 6 on the play.
Carter Keese's 4th catch for 41 yards tonight.
Tonight has become a very good possession receiver option for this Edon offense. Has some big play ability that we have seen earlier this season. 1st and 10 Bombers at the 37-yard line. Hash mark near side. 3 receivers go right, 1 to the left. Parrish, a running back. He's to the right of Sapp in the backfield. Play clock, still plenty of time on it at 9. Snap comes. Sapp to throw. Looks sideline left for Keese. That big play ability. Broken up. Good play. How about that? Jacob Four, 5'11 junior, playing ball all the way and deflected it away. 2nd down coming up.
One-on-one coverage with Carter Keese, and you're right, that was a great defensive play that time by Jacob Four.
Guardians and Twins still in a weather delay.
Who do you like to win the World Series, Angie?
Dodgers.
Of course you do. Is that emotion, or is that
been the best team all year?
Okay.
Actually, if I pick against them, I would say probably the Mets. They've got a staff that's better than LA right now, starting staff when healthy. Although they're not healthy now with Scherzer down.
House divided, you and Uncle Jimmy.
5 wide look, second down and 10, and on another crossing route, that one intended for Colton Willis, and it falls incomplete, so it'll be 3rd and 10.
Kyler kind of short-armed that one. I think he felt the pressure coming around the end and just didn't have a natural release.
I'll tell you who's been one of the biggest, if not the biggest surprise in baseball, the Guardians. Youngest roster in Major League Baseball in the worst division, albeit, but boy, they're taking advantage of it. And a lead here in September, would have never guessed it. 3rd and 10, 4 wides to the right, 1 to the left, 1-on-1. And the out route is caught. Nope, it's caught. It is caught, but it's caught out of bounds, the official says. Carter Keese with the grab, but that momentum swung him out of bounds. He would have had the first down. But now it's 4th down Edon, and a punting situation with still 11:29 to play and a 34-14 lead.
And I think it was a good call by the official. Great route by Carter Keese. Great job to try to keep his feet in there, but I think he just drifted out a little bit too far.
Sapp is the punter and on to punt for the first time. Booms it away. Coleman goes back, makes the grab at the 22. Looks for a block far side. Coleman to the 30, 35, and then is going to be lassoed in by Caden Nestor. Able to track him down. Good booming punt by Sapp. 12 on the return. And Northwood sends their offense back out there, but now time becoming a big issue with 11-12 remaining in a 34-14 Edon lead. This drive will begin for Northwood across the 30 at about the 32-yard line.
The key is here for Edon is keep everything in front of you, no big plays. At the very least, you want to stop them obviously and get them off the field here in the first series, but make them travel the length of the field and consume clock.
2 receivers right, wing to the right, bubble screen to the near side, incomplete and almost intercepted. It went fluttering over Monte Coleman and almost picked off by Nestor.
Little screen pass, something that Northwood's done a lot tonight, trying to get the ball to their running backs on the perimeter. The ball floated a little bit, and Caden Nestor did a great job of redirecting, didn't he, Angie? And nice ball sense, and almost made an interception on that.
So 2nd down and 10, Northwood.
It's a good secondary for the Bombers. Nestor.
And getting better
Sapp,
from week 1.
Keese, now Parrish in the lineup. All 4 can run.
Double wing look. Fake the counter, bootleg roll to the right. Throwing it up for grabs, and it is caught. The 50-50 ball won by Brian Hollabaugh against Nestor. Gain of 26, Foz, and a first down.
Yeah, it was just good coverage, a good ball, and Nestor just kind of stumbled at the end there. And give Hollabaugh credit for keeping his concentration and making the big grab.
Hilltop 12, North Baltimore 6. Hilltop in scoring range to try to make it a 2-score game and end a lengthy losing streak. That last pickup 26 on the play. Trips to the left, receiver to the right, pistol formation, 1 running back, Montonio Baker. And penalty markers fly, and it's going to be an offsides penalty on Edon. They lined up in the neutral zone, so free 5. Final score, Hicksville falls to Antwerp. 41-6, Antwerp with the win in the GMC. So Tenora and Antwerp on their way to easy wins tonight. Ayersville had a sizable lead on Paulding, so it looked like they were going to win. The close one in the GMC tonight was Edgerton Trace. Last score we heard was 21-14, Edgerton in the 4th quarter. So we should be getting a final on that soon. 1st and 5 now. Smith to throw. Caught over the middle, 30, 20. Chopped down at about that 20-yard line. The reception was made on the play by Logan Collins. And Collins will have a first down on the play, a pickup of 11. It'll be a first down at the 21-yard line. Tenora wins 34-0 over Fairview. Liberty Center's a final 40-6 over Wauseon. Well, that's a dominant Liberty Center team. That's the tools to go somewhere in the postseason.
Can anybody beat them in the NWL? Archibald can beat them, can't they?
Yeah, I like Liberty to run the table.
I do too, but they're
yes,
good enough
to answer your question, yes, they can be beat. Cole Olds knifing through to make a play defensively and throw Montonio Baker for a loss of a couple on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 12. Yes, they can. No, they won't, is my thoughts.
I would agree with that.
Barring some kind of catastrophic injury or something. 2nd and 12 here in this one. 9 minutes to go, 34-14 Edon.
Edon fan, just keep the clock running. Again, keep everything in front of you. You got a comfortable lead.
3 receivers go right. 1 receiver to the left. 1 running back in the backfield. Smith wants to throw. Under duress. Got away. There's multiple flags down. Smith at the 20. Smith at the 15. Nestor trying to track him down. Smith at the 10. Steps out of trouble and will be down at the 5. It would be a gain of about 18 with a lot of running and a 1st and goal if it stands. But that if is going to be taken away. It does not stand. It's another hold on Northwood.
I think we broke the record tonight for amount of holds.
I think we have too.
Both sides, but a disproportionate amount of times for Northwood tonight. They have been just absolutely killed on the penalties and turnovers tonight. 3 turnovers. I don't have the statistic for penalty yards, but it's got to be over 100 yards.
Oh, easily over 100.
Yeah, easily over 100. And the amount of big plays that have been nullified because of it.
So now it'll be 2nd down back at the 38. 2nd and 28 for Northwood. 1 receiver both ways. Wing both ways. Baker the running back. Bootleg to the far side. Smith wants to throw, and it's incomplete. Looking for Logan Collins, and it'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, that's one of those you'd like to have back if you're a Northwood fan. A nice little naked boot there. Waggle, I guess, not a naked boot. And Collins is wide open, and Smith just missed him.
And an injured Northwood Ranger down. 8:20 to go. 34-14 Edon will return in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Sally Jo Metzger with the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio. It's fair season, and we'll have a booth at the Williams County Fair this year. Come out and save 10% on all upright memorials. The Fackler Monument Company features the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area. You can go online to facklermonument.com to see what we have to offer. And we're bringing you the opportunity to save 10% at the Williams County Fair. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
Check out the newest, most exciting venue in the area. The Eager Beaver Axe Hole is Defiance's first axe throwing venue with axe throwing lanes, VIP room, full service bar, pool leagues, and more. Schedule your lane today. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, or call 419-980-7121. That's 419-980-7121. The Eager Beaver Axe Hole, Defiance's first axe throwing venue.
Northwood player still down as they're working on a lower leg injury situation here, whether it be ankle, calf, knee, something, now being helped to his feet. And the injured player is Garen Hannum, 5'9" junior, being helped off. 3rd down and 28 for Northwood from the 38 of Edon. 34-14 Edon, 8:20 remaining. Upcoming schedules for these teams. Northwood will be home with Gibsonburg and at Hilltop the next couple of weeks. They don't see Ottawa Hills till week 9. Edon doesn't see Ottawa Hills till the final week of the regular season. Will that decide the TAC championship? On 3rd and 28. A lot of football in between, and smothered defensively. Parker Kelly brings down Smith, a sack back at the 43, and it'll be 4th and 32 for Northwood.
Smith is slow to get up that time. No, that's the left guard. I'm sorry, Andy. But Parker Kelly having a really nice game tonight defensively, getting the sack.
Edon next will be at Montpelier, at Fort Loramie. Well, Loramie, by the way, 2-1. And Hilltop then to end the month. Then they finish St. Paul, Lakota, and Ottawa Hills.
Tough schedule.
But if you look as of right now, Loramie, and Ottawa Hills, the only teams with winning records as of the moment. I know we're only 3 games in. So 4th and 32. Got to go for it now. You're down 34-14. Smith steps up. He's past the line of scrimmage. Got to run. 35-30, 25-20. Can Edon come up and make a tackle? Sapp does and holds him shy, I think, of the first down. Yes. He needed 32. He collected about 28 on the run, and it'll be short.
Darn near got it, too, didn't he, Andy? I mean,
so they'll hold him on downs.
Broken play, but credit Edon just coming back and making the stop right before the sticks.
So now Edon will take over on downs at their own 17-yard line. Up 34-14 on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. 7:14 to play in this one.
Now, if you're Edon, again, you just want to keep the clock moving, so I think we'll see a steady dose of Wade Parrish and Kyler Sapp conventionally running the football.
Sapp wants to throw.
What do I know?
Sideline right, guns it downfield, incomplete, wanted Ray to ball. What was that call?
That was going deep. That was the exact opposite of what I thought they'd do. The exact opposite.
Second down and 10. We got a final. Archibald 28, Bryan 14. So Archibald winning on opening night. Bryan falls to 2-2 overall and 0-1 in the league as Archibald stays perfect. Had to earn it. And that was that classic maybe look-ahead game, Liberty next week for the Blue Streaks in the showdown game, certainly of the league and probably the area next Friday night. 3 receivers to the right. Actually, 2 receivers to the right. 2 receivers left on second down and 10. There's your give on the interior, and cut down in the backfield is Parrish. He maybe got a yard, is able to work his way for 1. So it'll be 3rd and 9. Good job defensively that time. Logan Collins to come up and get a stop. So 3rd and 9. 6.5 remaining. Edon will send trips to the right. Deuces to the left. Sapp milks the play clock down to single digits. Northwood shows blitz. It's picked up the middle. So time for Sapp. Throws an out route. It's caught. Nestor 30. Nestor running room 35. Nestor buried at the 40, but a gain of 23 on the play on 3rd down.
Nestor's 7th catch for 107 yards, Andy.
So 1st down and 10, Edon at their own 40.
Gutsy call there, wasn't it? Deep out, not terribly covered by Northwood. A pick 6 changes everything, and Bob Olin is obviously a very aggressive offensive coach and paid off for him there.
Got a Wayne Trace Edgerton update that we're going to get to after this snap. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Parrish the running back. 1st and 10, Edon at their 40, up 34-14. Good job utilizing play clock. Sapp to the far side, tips and falls incomplete. Touchdown, Wayne Trace. They decide to go for 2, and they are stopped. Edgerton 22, Wayne Trace 21 with 22 seconds to play.
What a game.
So hope to get a final on that momentarily. That would put Edgerton at 4-0 and 1-0, and I'm telling you, they got Ayersville next week. Sneaky game, but Edgerton might be favored. Then you got 2 games you're heavy favorites with Paulding and Fairview, and now we've got a timeout here, and we'll come back and talk about that in a minute. 5.5 to go, 34-14 Edon, back in just a moment.
Miller's Body Shop on Whitaker Drive in Montpelier is the place to go for all your vehicle body work. Whether it's a new or old car, Miller's has been working for you for over 40 years, so you know it's a body shop you can trust. They offer towing and a full-service body shop with used cars for sale as well. Stop by Miller's Body Shop and take a look at their used car lot. And if you need some body work done, give Miller's Body Shop in Montpelier a call today. Miller's Body Shop wishing the Edon Bombers good luck in tonight's game. Go Bombers!
34-14. I can't help but chuckle. The Foz is just, you're just stymied right now by a wire that's all. So Wayne Trace, of course, has to go onside, right? Edgerton recovers it. They kneel down, they run the clock out, and the Bulldogs are 4-0 now, as they hang on for a 22-21 win. Here it is 34-14 Eden, 5.5 remaining. Second down and 10 from the 40. Two receivers both ways. Parrish, the running back. Five-man front here for the Rangers. Nestor goes in motion. Sapp to throw. Under pressure. Doesn't have anywhere to go. Gets away from trouble. Now runs 40, 45, 50, and steps out of bounds after a run of 12. That's the escapability that adds that extra layer, Frozzie.
Sure does, and knows right where the chain yard marker's at and gets the first down for Eden.
Takes it into Northwood territory. Run of 11.
That's Kyler Sapp's 7th carry tonight. He's got 45 yards on the ground, too, to add to his 267 yards through the air.
Had 267 last week and 6 TD passes. First and 10 at the 49.
Andy, that's not right. 226 we have him for.
3 to the right, 1 to the left. Fires air to the near side off the fingertips of Carter Keese. Drops incomplete. So it'll be 2nd and 10 with 5:10 remaining.
Northwood still has all 3 timeouts remaining.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Eden on their way to 2-2. Northwood will fall to 2-2, but Eden will go to 1-0 in the tack, while Northwood drops to 0-1. 4 receivers, bunch right, 1 to the left. Snap comes, Sapp, quarterback draw. Bounces to the outside. Now just spins back, stays in the field of play here. And an injury coming up to Cody Wheeler for Northwood. There's also a flag down on the play.
Looks like it's going to be another hold again.
Yep. Wheeler immediately grabbed for the hamstring area as he went down. So 5:01 left. Another injury timeout in Bomber Country. We return in 30 seconds.
Your friends at your neighborhood Eden Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Eden, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Eden Farmers Co-op.
Welcome back out here to Eden. 5 minutes to go in this one. 34-14 Eden. They have never trailed. In fact, jumped out in front 20-0. 27-8 at one time. And Northwood cut it to 27-14 at the half. Had the football to start the second half. Had a 1st and goal situation. Eventually became 2nd and goal, fumbled snap exchange, and then Eden marched down 94 yards. And for all intents and purposes then put it to where we're at now and out of reach at 34-14 with 5 to go. After the holding penalty, which feels like holding penalty number 227
it's
called
been
tonight.
Close.
We have a 2nd down back at the 41, so it's 2nd down and 20. 4 receivers right, 1 to the left. Sapp looks left. The hitch and go for Keese, and just off his fingertips, or actually I should say the out and up for Keese, off his fingertips and incomplete. That'll make it 3rd down and long, 3rd and 20. .453 remaining. Two receivers left. 3 receivers to the right on this 3rd down and 20. Sapp. Flush to the right. A lot of running room if he wants it. 40, 45, 50. Stays inbounds and lowers the shoulder to get to the 44. He needed 20 and got about 16 on that run. And now at least gives Bob Olin a decision if he wants it here. He can also milk this clock down, and whatever he does.
I think what he'll do is he'll milk it down and call timeout and probably punt the ball then.
It's 4th and about 4, maybe 5 right now. Closer to 5 probably from the 44-yard line of Northwood. And it will be Sapp staying on to punt. Still 15 on the play clock. 4:08 on the game clock and running. Monte Coleman is starting to go back. 10 men up on the line of scrimmage. 4, 3, 2, snap, kick away. It's a good one. And now it takes a sideways roll and eventually drops at about the 18-yard line. So 26 yards on the punt. No return. Northwood ball with 3:45 remaining in this one. So what we're going to do, by the way, if Cleveland and Minnesota is indeed still in a delay when we leave here, we have nothing to go to yet. So Krista will have our score updates and a normal Midwest Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard show when we are done here. If they are not in a delay anymore and are ready for play, then it's off to Minnesota for the Twins and the Guardians. 1st and 10, Northwood at their own 18. 3 timeouts left, but down 3 scores. Northwood. Mason Smith wants to throw over the middle. Pass caught, 25, 30. Still on his feet is Phillips. Or Collins, I beg your pardon.
He runs hard, doesn't he, Collins?
He sure does. Logan Collins across the 35 to the 36, gets 18 on the run. Catch and run. So a 1st down for the Rangers. Northwood, not a lot of sense of urgency here, maybe conceding this thing.
They're not a team that runs tempo or really even no huddle, so going to make it very difficult for them to come back here and almost really impossible at this point.
2 receivers left, wing to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Low snap, dug out by Smith, and he's in trouble, and he will go down in the backfield. First man there was Olds. Also getting home was Jack Morris. Foz, what would you say you're coaching today? And I know it's all based on personnel at the high school level. Would you be in the spread?
I think so.
You do think so?
A lot of different reasons. I mean, yes, it is based on personnel, but the game's changed. I think you get more kids involved with the spread, which makes it more appealing to kids to get them to come out. Which, let's face it, that's a struggle nowadays.
It is. 2nd and 15, Northwood. Back at their 32. Mason Smith throws over the middle. Pass caught at the 40. Tumbling ahead again is big number 35, Logan Collins. Gets that lost yardage back and then some. Gets 10 on 2nd and 15. And it'll be 3rd and 5 with 2:10 and counting to play. 34-14.
Somebody like Ken James, who's been around for 37 years and programs established, and the fun is in the win, and they win. So it doesn't matter what you run if you're winning. That's exciting and appealing to me.
Winning's fun.
The fun is in the win.
Winning is fun.
I haven't met too many teams that have had no success have fun.
There's not a lot of 2-8 smiles.
No.
Here's Smith stepping up in the pocket, throwing over the middle, incomplete. One at A.J. Cruz, and now here is officially your ball game on a 4th down. If it's not over, I mean, it is over already, but officially on a 4th down and 5 here with 1:34 remaining. From their own 42, Edon grabbed control of this thing early, threatened to run away and hide, only to see Northwood hang in, and then Edon pull away. Smith, quarterback draw, 40, 45. They'll still possess the football. Cohen Hulbert slams him down in Edon territory. A run of 10 on the play. And it'll be first down with 1:25 remaining and rolling. Stick around. We'll have a brief post-game wrap-up, then either get you to the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard show. Game of the night was down at Wayne Trace. Bulldogs hang on for dear life, get a stop on a 2-point try, and win it 22-21, as we told you a few minutes ago. That and other scores around the area. On first down, Smith steps up, throws downfield, wants Collins again, and this time falls harmlessly to the turf with 50 seconds to play. Guardians game is happening, so when we're done, we'll go straight there. How about this? This was a matchup tonight. Now, Don't get lost in this, because Wapakoneta was ranked.
Right.
Wapakoneta, I have to stand a little corrected, 20, Van Wert 19. So in a matchup of state-ranked teams in the WBL, Wapak gets the W over the Cougs.
Wow.
Wapak D3, of course, and Van Wert Division 4. So that game and the Edgerton Trace game, the best games of the evening.
WBL is a really good conference, isn't it, Angie?
Sack for Jack Moore. It's not officially a sack because Smith is going to get positive yardage, but a great job playing off his back. He's been good up front. Kelly's been good up front. Skiles from that DN spot. The back end has been really good tonight.
Defensively,
this is an improved defense.
It sure is, and you asked what I'm more impressed with tonight or more surprised with tonight. I think impressed with would be the offense again, because it's just so efficient in the development of Kyler Sapp and those wide receivers, and the efficiency in which they run it with Bob Owen's offense. But what I was the most surprised with tonight is how well Edon played defense. I thought this would be a shootout tonight. I didn't think Edon could stop them. I thought if they had a chance to beat them, it'd be a shootout. It really wasn't the case. Now, Northwood didn't help them out any. Didn't help themselves out any with all the turnovers and penalties. But
and it's a final as Ken James has milked this all the way down. And also going final, Hilltop's lengthy losing streak is over. They have defeated North Baltimore tonight 12-6. So congratulations to Nate Massey and the Hilltop Cadets. Final quick totals after our final break in just a moment.
Import cars and trucks are amazing, but fixing them creates a dilemma. Do you go to the city for service and repairs? Well, it's time for a change. Jason Dietz Automotive Services on State Route 6, just east of Edgerton, is the answer. If you own a Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, BMW, Mercedes, or any other Asian or European vehicle, Jason Dietz Automotive Services has you covered. With over 30 years of experience on imports, Dave Brown and Sam Bailey are the experts that can fix it right the first time. So if you're looking for a mechanic that can fix the problem your last mechanic couldn't, call 419-298-0777 and make your appointment today.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
Fritch Excavating and CMF Enterprise of Edon wants to wish the Edon Bombers the best of luck in tonight's game. Fritch Excavating is family-owned and operated for over 30 years, and they handle everything from site prep to parking lots to land clearing. They can also put in a driveway, run a water line to an outdoor building, do a sewer line, or tile work as well. CMF Enterprise is a female-owned and operated business serving Ohio and Indiana, offering dump truck services, including aggregate material sales. CMF also handles a large large variety of construction, landscaping, ag, and residential materials as well. Fritz Excavating of Edon and CMF Enterprise of Edon wishing the Bombers the best of luck in tonight's game.
Welcome back out here. Our post-game show getting underway here quickly, and we're going to wrap up fairly quickly as Edon wins 34-14. We also want to make something official, too. We don't get to see it a lot. I'm going to go ahead and just speak for both of us on this one. The best one tire and service, best play tonight. I'm going to go with a Nestor TD pass to Keese. Very well executed. You don't get the wide receiver or halfback passes or split end passes all that often here at the high school level. So Nestor to Keese, our best one tire and service, best play of the night. Some final numbers here in this Edon win, Foz.
Yeah, we'll go quick. First, starting off with the Northwood Rangers. Mason Smith, the quarterback, was 8 for 16 for 126 yards. Northwood did rush the ball for 210 yards, leading the way. And we'll just give you a couple of leaders. They did have a plethora of running backs who carried the ball tonight. But Brandon Gomez had 7 carries for 60 yards. Mason Smith, the quarterback, carried the ball 9 times for 89 yards. Montonio Baker carried the ball 6 times for 23 yards. And Garen Harnum carried the ball just twice and got hurt. Hopefully he's okay. But he did have 27 yards, again, for 210 yards on the ground, 336 total yards of offense. They did turn the ball over 3 times in critical situations tonight and had a host of penalties. That well over 100, Andy. I'm sure it's closer to 150 in lost yardage. But that was certainly a hindrance for the Northwood Rangers. How about the Edon Bombers, who go to 2-2? Played a really good football game on both sides of the football. Kyler Sapp just keeps getting better and better. You got to like everything you see about him. 16 for 21. These are unofficial stats for 243 yards. He threw 3 touchdown passes to Caden Nesser, 1 to Max Radeball. Running the football, the Bombers also had 107 yards through on the ground, for 374 yards total. How about some individual stats tonight? Carter Keese caught 4 catches for 41 yards. Max Radeball gets better every week. The young sophomore, 5 catches and a touchdown pass for 104 yards. And Caden Nestor, boy, he's everywhere. He also threw for a touchdown to Max Radeball, but he also caught the ball 7 times and had 107 yards receiving. Rushing the football, no surprise here. Kyler Sapp, some design runs tonight, some just being an athlete and scrambling. He carried the ball 8 times for 61 yards. The Bombers had 76 yards on the ground tonight. 107 yards on the ground tonight. We have them unofficially for 374 total yards. So 374 total yards for Edon, 336 yards. This is unofficial for Northwood. Competitive from a statistical standpoint, but a comfortable win from a scoring standpoint by the Bombers.
Both teams leave here 2-2. Edon 1-0 in the league, and Northwood 0-1. That'll do it. Our thanks to Matt Ripke, Anthony Stevens, IT Tim Sheridan, and everybody that helped set us up here tonight. All of our great sponsors as well. We will talk to you. Next week on Week 5. We'll be at the midway point next week of high school football. Again, our final tonight, Edon over Northwood, 34-14. Guardians Twins just got underway recently here. We go there after a lengthy rain delay for the completion of that kickoff to the important 3-game series, Minnesota and Cleveland. So long, everybody.